should we go first? Huh? It's my first time at a festival, so my heart is racing so fast. I was waiting for you. Let's go catch some fish together. This is for you. I'm shaking. I wonder what I'll get. I'm so lucky today. I wouldn't be surprised if a cat pops out of the box. A festival is better on a full stomach. If you keep acting like that, even the goldfish you've caught might slip away. Do I look different to you? Do you like it?
안녕하세요. 이터널 리턴의 서비스 사업 디렉터 임성민입니다. 저희 이터널 리턴이 정식 출시 3주년을 맞이하였습니다. 계속해서 이터널 리턴을 사랑해주시고 따뜻한 응원 보내주신 분들께 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 이터널 리턴 서비스의 지난 3년을 되돌아보면 항상 도전의 설렘과 두려움 그리고 슬픔과 기쁨이 공존했던 순간 같습니다. 저희가 준비하였던 서비스로 좋은 피드백을 받아 보람을 느꼈던 기억도 있고 한편으로는 실망시켜드린 적도 있어 죄송한 마음도 생겼던 것 같습니다. 지금 열심히 준비하고 있는 3주년 프로모션도 비슷한 것 같습니다. 여러 새로운 도전들의 준비로 설레는 마음과 한편으로는 만족하실 수 있을까라는 걱정도 앞서기는 합니다. 다만 저희는 진심을 다해 플레이어분들의 3주년 맞이를 준비하겠습니다. 온오프라인에서 저희의 진심이 플레이어분들께 조금은 닿을 수 있기를 기대합니다. 이터널 리턴은 플레이어분들과 함께 성장한 게임입니다. 그 감사한 마음을 잊지 않고 3주년을 넘어 오랫동안 서비스되고 즐거움을 드릴 수 있도록 최선을 다하겠습니다. 늘 함께 해주셔서 감사합니다. 이터널 리턴 화이팅!
안녕하세요. 루미아 섬 생존자 여러분. 이터널 리턴을 사랑하는 여러분과 함께한 시간이 어느덧 3년이 되었습니다. 지난 시간 동안 여러분이 만들어주신 수많은 순간들과 이야기를 보며 이터널 리턴 이 게임이 단순한 게임 서비스를 넘어 함께 만들어가는 경험이 되고 있다는 것을 느낄 수 있었습니다. 돌아보면 저희에게도 부족한 점이 많았고 고심한 순간들도 있었습니다. 그럼에도 불구하고 우리가 여기까지 함께 할 수 있었던 것은 언제나 변함없이 곁을 지켜주신 생존자 여러분 덕분입니다. 진심으로 감사드립니다. 이번 3주년 행사 현장에서 여러분께서 보내주신 큰 사랑에 조금이나마 보답하고자 저희가 아주 작은 감사의 마음을 담아 커피 트럭을 깜짝 선물로 준비했습니다. 생존자 여러분을 직접 뵙고 따뜻한 감사 인사를 전하고 싶은 마음으로 정성껏 준비한 자리인 만큼 현장에 방문해 주시는 분들께서는 잠시나마 편하게 들러 시원한 음료와 함께 기분 좋은 휴식을 취하셨으면 좋겠습니다. 3년이라는 긴 시간 동안 함께 해주셔서 다시 감사하고 앞으로의 시간도 함께 만들어갈 수 있기를 바랍니다. 저희는 앞으로도 생존자 여러분께 더 나은 경험을 들을 수 있도록 끊임없이 노력하고 더 오랜 시간 사랑받을 수 있는 게임이 되기 위해 최선을 다하겠습니다. 이터널 리턴과 함께 해주셔서 정말 감사합니다. 이터널 리턴 화이팅!
Okay. Let's clean up before the customers arrive. Today's master is you! This should keep me out of trouble, right? Is there a drawing you'd like to see? Should I draw a squirrel for you?
I'll fly anywhere immediately. Did you call me? I want to help you too.
Welcome, Master. I'm used to this kind of thing.
Moi moi kyu.
Is that your wish, Master?
Kyu. No one is cutting in line, right? A limited edition Lenny Checky. You want it, don't you? Delicious! Your favorite maid, Lenny, has arrived. That's it for today's service. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Alright, time to show them the real meaning of archery. Pinpoint precision.
Is there any places where I can set up my instruments? Let's go with confidence.
Heh, not a surprising result. It was all tactics.
I can feel the power of music.
The truth will be revealed. I never let my guard down.
My concert will never end. Leave your body to the music. Now to the main stage.
Knock, knock. Your personal hell has arrived. Chaos, destruction, and... what was it again? Only two choices here. Die or kill. You better watch your step. As you can see, we have a lot of eyes watching you. The real thrill comes right before pulling the trigger. Let's test your worth. Ready to pull the trigger? Whoa, calm down there, pal. You can't beat someone who's actually having fun. A life you didn't earn. Now we're taking it back. Nothing more beautiful than a muzzle flash. Knowing this time either, huh? Shame. Yeah, the next wielder should be that one right there.
scotch-free as a fight is still breaking out in the rift here. It will start the Smash to Smithereens coming out here, but with the return, will it be enough here with the ulti coming out from Actor as they end up actually fighting outside of the game world? A little unfortunate that it got brought out there, but some decent damage coming through as Hercules trying to get something done here as well. Gonna dodge out on the spring trap. Chibiark getting low. Oh, they want to push this so bad, but a healing plant's gonna be back here for them. Can they get the kill? If they do get one, and with the hammer skill, will it be enough to get another? It will be. And now with the 1v1, can Actor outrun Hrestvolk here? It's gonna be scary. Dodging out on the first Q. Good, as we're gonna have to make our way back into the zone. Game world up in 10 seconds if he can try to kite this out, but it's gonna be quite difficult here as the false oath goes down too for a little bit of that healing. Actor doing a pretty good job here with the game world back up. Let's see if he can get it done. It will go down, the stun will land, and 1Q not gonna be enough, but he does actually get it with the auto. So here's a sniper skill is gonna go out. Only one of them though to start it off. Goa gonna scout out who's ahead of them, and with the blast plant traders just going right in. Gonna get the point onto Kadena, not able to reach the Rio here. Trying to walk forward. I believe I just saw the Bola not land either. Timer gonna get a little bit low on the side of MEW, but with the taunt going forward, Kadena trying to start this fight. Ashima just trying to get some damage down, but with the, oh my gosh, the Spark Gate is gonna be a lot of damage, and with the exclusive, I don't think the Rio's gonna be safe from that one. Kadena trying to see if he can get something done on the back line, but he will fall as well.
Going out, he's putting pressure on the side to try and find some sort of opening for anybody. Look, Chibiark also gonna look for a wrap, but engagement coming through, perhaps. Ninefold using the electric shift to dodge the knockup, but what the heck? Echoes of the Earth on cooldown, but look at the poke, it's adding up. Hrestvolk finding an angle, he knows Echoes of the Earth is down. With that, Chibiark blinks in, finds the kill real quick, double top for quick spin. Station. Be able to secure that for themselves, maybe be able to gatekeep Trigger on the outside, but it'll be very hard for them to gatekeep a team like Trigger, right? This is a lot of range, a lot of disengage power, and there's no real flank angle for Uberman to look at in this type of terrain. They're going to need them to push forward in a bit more. Sky Full of Stars, though, on the backside, gets shooed out by Hercules there real quick. And you can see Hrestvolk on the side right now getting the stacks for his meter. They're preparing for a fight here. He has meter. We'll see if they decide to use it. Gets grabbed, decides to send it, finds the knockup on a Ninefold, but he manages to electric shift through the ropes. Goes 1 for 1 on the backside, but the main DPS is down, and with that, boom! Chibiark knocks out Hercules on the backside. Now down to a 2-on-1. Chibiark, with anything, they are going to blow up. Except for Mage Power, he might live. But the other two on the backside, they need to avoid him, and it's going to be quite hard as, I mean, the plan is obvious, right? Drop the Arda, or drop the Hrestvolk, rather. Drop the Alonzo in and send it. But look at Chibiark on a nasty little flank. Finds an angle, knockup, connects, getting blown up immediately on the solo effort of Chibiark's flank. And with that, Hrestvolk has marked Zelius a quick little drift over with the Nimrod's Gate to take him out next. Chibiark is on an assassination spree as he takes out everybody one at a time systematically, and everyone will pile on their Mage Power at the end.
From the team, they're gonna have to regroup here. 10 seconds left until objectives. Koiseo getting a little bit too close here, looking a little bit nervous, but the sword will keep him alive for now. Looks like we're gonna be fighting over for a meteorite here at archery range.
Meteorite has dropped. You can bear right above it as well. It's something to keep note of. Somebody might hit that with an AoE ability, but it doesn't look like the fight's going to happen over there. Koiseo getting locked out a little bit, but big flip! My goodness, a 3-man flip from Jignut Jorkson, and the fight is way too far gone off of the back of that. Full play to the side of locked in. Blast, run Lumi's pockets here, but going to get split up from each other a little bit here. Internet Rap taking a lot of damage. The Leaping Strike comes down. All useless trying to lock down a stereo here. It's just in the front being a big twins rush as well. With Rito employee, they find 2 kills quickly.
Gonna get this craft off, but it looks like Leningrad not gonna let that happen so easily as the Nimrod's Gate is gonna go out. Rastina with the monkey wire trying to dodge out. Nice explosion shot to get a stereo away, but I don't think it'll be enough as he found access onto him, and the flay will not keep Rastina safe. And now with that, Shiana will be on the run. Oh, the pullback could do a lot of damage here, but it's not going to get the kill. Still on the run from Internet Rap and Dona. As it looks
Yeah,
like Lenny and
Murad's
Grant is still alive as well. No, it looks like, there we go. Lennox does go down, so this could be a wipe if they find this kill. Shiana trying their best to run out of this, but it's going to prove difficult against something like Arda. They do get the kill, but now, a little bit of fancy feet work, but not enough. Oh, the heal from the body is so close. Shiana is out of there and picking up the kill. And looks like the Nadine is back up, so maybe we're going to try to green the box. No, the green of the box is not come through.
With Omega, that's definitely going to be a good spot to go to. We'll see if anyone decides to go there, but for now, this contestant beach, the White Lily going to be used by Jigna, looking to get on the backside towards Restina, finds the rapier skill with the Quake, gets a little bit of freeze action off, looks like the freeze is going to hit, that's what comes on the backside with Goiseo jumping in as well as just as insurance. Jigna pretty much finding that one-shot on his own as Deus on the hedge, and we were doubters, but look at him, air now, Shiana. Oh, never mind. Oh my goodness. Wow, what a turn from Shiana. It
looks like they may have found something here. Delinko a little bit split off, but I don't know if they're aware of that. He is behind them. I think Rune's gonna spot him out here. Yeah, so it looks like the fight may actually just start. Rune trying to stay safe for the time being. The freeze is going to go through. I believe Rito is taking a lot of damage here. Rain of the Vampire Queen's going to take him down. Delinko low, but the healing from the Rain of the Vampire Queen going to keep him alive, and now stuck in a 2v3. Delinko trying to... Oh no, Al just pushed him out of the blank cartridge. But we'll see if they can savor that here. Al going to try to go back in. Some good damage coming out from the both of them. Rito down. They want to push this well. The health advantage is there. Trying to find the kill on Athena Kai. The Blink going to go through from Rune, but now Eclipse is on top of him. How do you get away? Rune is trying to escape or maybe get a kill, and it doesn't come through. And Berserkers here are going to take our second lobby of the day, I assume, pretty soon here. But Al trying to see if he can get something done. Maybe he can get a kill. The wall's still going to come through. And yeah, with that, he will go down.
For now, gonna jump into red, actually, and with the super soldiers on the other side, should be safe for now, but look at Nine-Eye. He's able to cut this off if he want... VLS? Nine-Eye. Oh, no. Nine-Eye's gonna try and land on top of Racina. Okay. Oh, where is Nine-Eye going?
He's thinking that they're gonna go to the Hyperloop here. Oh my gosh, you're not this greedy! Oh no, the timer, not another timer.
This is something I would do. Like, in fact, this is something I have done in the past.
Oh my gosh, this is psycho behavior.
Oh my goodness, this chase cannot continue, Nine-Eye. I can't believe he went to the Hyperloop. Like,
I can't believe so either.
Like, what is that? It's like, I don't know.
And another rat is running. Oh my god, I'll look for it.
Oh my goodness. No, the rifts are
that is so
sad. Oh man, please stop. Just stop. Oh no, I can't watch. Well, Berserkers are on the other side. Striker's on the cutoff from the wall. What is this? Striker blinking through Racina to knock rest.
Oh my god. Nunate eliminating another team looking pretty strong this lobby as the fight is still going on in Forest here. A lot of damage from the checkmate here from Lockney. Koiseo trying to pick up a kill as Eclipse does pick up one. Dayu's still healthy. Can they get the kill onto Eclipse in time? It looks like the amp drone from oh my god, the burst from Koiseo is crazy. He's gonna pick up that kill. They're gonna pick up the res, and now with that, Koiseo on the chase onto Eclipse has the Wickline buff as well. I'm not going to give this up so easily as the rockets come down. One does land, two. The slows are good. One more. Woo! And it will be a wipe coming through from Locked in this game as they need a little bit more credits here before they can get their force cores online. Maybe a little bit of a vision play here as Jignut's going to go for it. Echoes of the Earth comes down. The healing, though, going to keep Jignut alive. Days now going for it. Oh, just okay. He has the R3 prepped. It could be. Oh no. Yeah, flake out. Run!
Yeah, as soon as that all misses, he's like, blink away, E away, it's over. Oh no, it's really over. This Locked in gets wiped. So I was gonna say we are not going school to chase him, surely. Okay, well, thank goodness. I was able to get reeled in.
Oh no.
Jason looking for an angle, doesn't connect on the Gallagher, but my goodness, it doesn't matter. One auto attack with a Rogue's Poly on top, and that's gonna be all.
Or did they use the rift to revive the teammates? Oh, we can't even talk about it as this fight is breaking out. Oh my god! The Eclipse is dead. That's,
yeah.
Oh, and the combo, it just keeps coming out.
That's Nekinia. just seen solos getting their heads ripped
Yes.
off by various, like, just solo kills going across the board all over the place. Ninefold, oh my goodness, that damage. Bixu trying to find some damage of his own, dashing around like it's nobody's business. Oh my goodness, no!
Just gonna sneak around, avoiding CCTV. Yeah, looks like we're gonna do that in the corner here. Should be safe unless Dino Dance is coming over. I'm looking at the White Lily here. I'm so scared. You know they're full sending it. Oh, here we go. One killed down, and I imagine the other two should come pretty quickly. Here's Jignut. The last member is gonna go down. Unfortunate for Locked In, they're gonna be eliminated here.
Sail gets the rift to themselves. Meanwhile, will be the super soldiers that face off against Uberman. White Lily taken out by Wokes immediately. They know that's a scary angle. Racewell getting chunked, finds the knock up into the wall stun.
Oh my
God! And Wokes gets blasted. If Racewell gets a wall stun, you know Chibiark's gonna get one too. And Jason was not long for this world right after, and oh man, just pure Uberman. And Trigger here, Hercules gonna get taken out pretty quickly. Chibiark not able to find an angle, just zoned out by Ninefold pretty much the whole time.
Oh my god!
Interesting chain of events that just occurred, but Chibiark is just gonna run away here. SSAL on the other side. Oh, look at this. Yama has an angle, using the bat to extend the first attack here, but the rockets are gonna apply
Oh
slow
my
and
god!
quite a bit of damage. Ballistic
That
advantage
guy's got
coming
lit
through
up.
too. Oh my goodness. Chibiark, you can see him on the side angle. Yeah, he's getting droned. He's scouted out by Wokes with harpoons. Like, they really do not want to let them have some sort of angle. And look at, they try to triangulate. What does Super Soldiers do? They back up in unison. They make the triangulation a proper formation. Jason, what the heck? Oh, little fancy there as Fuichu goes down immediately. Nice bait and switch. But on the backside, Chibiark not able to find the expulsion shot. Or IU rather, not able to find the expulsion shot onto the Chibiark. So yeah, 1 for 1 here. Drone goes down. They're going to rest back up and play it out from here, but without Fuichu, it's going to be quite difficult to find the kill onto Jason. Tsubame is such an elusive character and so hard for melees to take out without some sort of lockdown, so they're really going to need Racewell to find that knockup and set up Chibiark for the wall stun, and it goes wide, unfortunately. Now Jason getting free reign here, getting a lot of auto attack damage out. Tetragon used, meter available. Jason gets knocked up. The ult connects on IU. Now down to a one-on-one. Jason looking to step forward here. Oh, Chibiark here. Are you going to get the revive? Yes. No, the knock. Stars trying to find someone to point at. IU actually split, so looks like Skyful of Stars is calling, hey, let's push this bot side, ignore the guy on the top side. They're not able to push in towards either side though, really, so with that, they're just gonna keep themselves grouped, keep IU split as best they can. Nongja finding damage, a lot of damage at that. Ryumla throwing rockets, but they're out of range. Oh, sniper skill connecting. Oh my goodness. Rocket with the cataprism. Yes, Yamla finds it.
Oh, with that, oh my god, it's like a 1v1 on each side. Wokes trying to get the kill into Nongji here. The E just not barely enough. The off limit's not getting him out. Now with that, it's gonna be a 2-on-2, but Yamla trying to punish Wokes for doing this here. He's gonna pick up the kill. And it looks like Nongju's body is actually still up, so they're gonna go for the revive here. Just play it safe as Yamla gonna get the combo onto Jason and actually not even need Nongja.
Grabs the meteorite. No, he's not gonna grab it as the engagement has come through from Racewell. Jumping on the backside, Magnetic Storm coming through, able to buy so much time here. Super Soldiers looking like they're gonna get eliminated unless Jason can fight back.
Oh no!
Trying to, yeah, the White Lily getting messed up as well. Nimrod's Gate comes through, Fuichu jumping in.
Oh wait, the
Chibiark also coming through, but not able to land anything. Jason is gonna win out. Blink on reaction to dodge that Q for Fuichu. Fuichu throwing out skill shots, everything on cooldown now. Down to a one-on-one. Nimrod's Gate gets dropped. That's the close proximity to Super Soldiers, but they're heading the other way, down towards where Locked In is, who is on their feet here. Ultimate connects. Oh my goodness. Lockney gets blown up. Boiseo landing the coup de grace onto Wokes, but uses the stasis on the backside, and with that, all of Locked In has been taken out.
But not too much. Dodging out on at the Spring Trap, trying to go for the smash to smithereens, but maybe gonna pick on Bakesu here with the Spring Trap, as the fight has started. Squirrel taking a lot of damage, but trying to be careful on this chase. The Skyfall starts here for the third party, blinking forward into the midst of all of them here, and now they just put themselves in the middle. Namja getting chased on by Dino Dance here, striking Tiger into the other team to try to escape or make something happen. I'm not sure. Yamla doesn't have any timer either as the safety drone going down. Dance Macabre just land on the Gala here. Yamla trying to make it back into the zone, but SSAL, with an unfortunate third party, will be the team that's eliminated here. Now Dino Dance on the run from Bakesu. Striker has quite a bit of shielding here, trying to keep them away. The timers are getting low. Nine actually jumping in, trying to maybe give them the movement speed, but missing out on that one. Dimensional Strike being used by Gala, but it won't be enough, and it will be Squirtle Squad winning out on that one.
The Cliffs gets finished on the other side. Squirtle Squad, they've got their priorities straight. They know this is Uberman, and they're looking for something. Big Spring Trap on the backside!
Oh
and
my
with
god.
That, a lot of damage comes through as Uberman erupts with strength here. Squirtle on the run. First attack gonna get Chibiark over the wall on top of Magefarm and Bakesu here. Regroups with the team. Chibiark, I believe with Racing Suit, fully stacked timers are running low. Magefarm's gonna pop. I believe Uberman able to pick up that kill. But Bakesu, yeah, I think he's dead too. So safety drone. They is able to dash back out with the ultimate. Racewell had that flash cut ready to go just now, so very dangerous stuff. Very hard for them to approach here. Queen goes wide, and with that, Racewell gets flash cut ready to go. They're gonna set their sights to Koiseo. Flash cut connects, and Koiseo will be going down quickly here as Chibiark holds the line on the other side. Lockney forces the castle over the wall. Deus dropping a safety drone. Hey, all right. And with that, Deus will get taken up by the third party of Dino Dance. But Uberman in a lot of danger here on this third party. They're down cooldowns. Corpses on the ground. Now they're going to have to try and turn this fight here. Racefeld looking, has the Nichiren cut available, but gets shoved out. And now with Trigger coming in, you know who Trigger's going to target on this third party. They've set their sights on the Uberman actor running all the way up, trying to do something to Uberman. But fortunately for Uberman, they are able to make it out. A little bait and switch now, as now Trigger takes the reins on the fight. Actor getting aggressed on by Racefeld. He's going to get taken down momentarily here on the other side of the fight. Chibiark holding forward on these range characters. Spring Trap connects on the Ninefold. Down he goes, Hercules. Now, okay, yeah, guys, right. They all know the checkpoint team's up here, so it'll be a united front to try and take them out before anything else. Again, Dino Dance has their priorities straight. Flip gonna get parried by Racefeld, so he will stay safe for now. Springtrap gonna push Chibiark out for a little bit, but Uberman trying to hold the line up here against Dino Dance with this wick line buff damage is stacking up. Clear cuts coming through, but now Hercules and Ninefold come back in. The revives coming through.
Hello everyone, welcome to the semifinals of ERC 2026. I'm Kaz Cross, joined by my good friend,
the one and only Meek Speedy. I've had a wonderful morning. I love ERCC. 2 p.m. start is the cream of the crop, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really nice to have a little bit earlier. You know, I feel a little fresher into my day. You know, got a nice little Dr. Pepper to energize me. But we can go right over into the overview where I'll give you guys a little rundown of what's going on. So today is the Alpha block. Tomorrow will be the Omega block. And we did have a little bit of a live draw. Meek will go over some of the details when he goes over the teams, but you can see the schedule. We're in the Challengers Cup, which means we're going to play the 2 semifinal blocks this weekend, and then next weekend on Saturday, you'll be joined for the grand finals. Reminder that this is the Fearless format, so there is no bans until at least game 3, and it's based on more. If a team picks a character more than 2 times, it will get banned. And I think that's all I have to go over. So, Meek, if you want to take away with the teams.
Yeah, for sure. So, for everyone who missed it after qualifiers, we did have a live draw where I was here pulling the teams out of hats to figure out who was going to play against who. And this is the alpha block that we ended up with. Trigger, which was one of our first seeds with Actor That Is Paid, Dylan, J-Tang, and Exus. Moonlit Black Cats, who was a second seed with Dona, Minhayen, Silverpaw, and Rutini. Mojiba, who got third seed in qualifiers with Jigna Jorkson, Deus XM, Neospitter, and Zelius. And Sky's the Limit, who got fourth seed, featuring Speaks, Red Flake, Tides, and Raven Bergier. We also have Blast, who got first in their group with Asterio, Internet Rap, Right and Wise, and Wokes. Glorp 2, who got second in their group with Galazor Tank account, Homie, Galazor Mage account, and Galazor. Wonder who these mystery Galazor accounts could be. We also have Frog Fighters, who got third in their group with Rosito, Keeper of the Sock, Cheerleading, and Seven Strike. And Timu Uberman? Yeah, we're working on that one still. They got 4th seed with Fishy Fishy, FD Good, Dr. Tickles, PhD, he's back, and he's here with a vengeance, oh my goodness. And also Bommy.
Yeah, this is the most EU representation I think we've seen in a block of ERCC so far, right? Because we have a couple of EU players on Sky's the Limit, and Team Uberman is an entire lineup of EU players.
Yeah, I mean, in the past we've seen Trifecta partake in ERCC as well. They had a pretty good showing. I believe they also made it to semifinals. But yeah, it's always nice to see other regions represented in ERCC. And that's one of my favorite parts about ERCC is that it's a tri-region tournament. Even though they are playing on North America, it's very nice to see multiple teams from multiple regions partaking. I mean, we also have Counterspell from South America over in the Omega block, which we'll see tomorrow. So yeah, lots of representation from all over the world here.
Absolutely. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see who comes up on the day, because it is fun to see our global representatives, you know, be able to make it out of semifinals and into the finals. We've seen it a couple times with our South American representatives now too. So very, very exciting.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm now catching word that unfortunately Team Blast is missing a 3rd player, so they will be sitting out for the first game and also holding a -5. So Blast will be playing from behind, as you can see here. They're in the Team 8 slot with no players available. So hopefully by Game 2 they will have mustered up a full team to be able to play. But yeah, setting yourself behind not only a game, but 5 points out the gate as well is definitely going to be an uphill battle for them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's always hard. Now, when you're not in checkpoint, right? So you need to play for your cumulative points. So getting behind not only the penalty, but also just you're missing out on a whole game's worth of points. It's always a back foot that you don't want to be on if you don't need to be.
On the bright side, though, it is ERCC, so it's one game of their weakest comp. So that's a silver lining, I guess. It's one way to stay optimistic about the situation. Looking at the teams here, Glorp 2 is going to be looking at some Arta drop here, putting Galzer on his patented Abigail. Love to see that being played. Frog Fighters looking to play something a little more defensive here. They want to play more of a poke composition with that Coraline Kacha and have Leon keep them safe.
Yeah, definitely an interesting lineup. You know, there's a lot of... I feel like Coraline has been, in my opinion, one of the stronger picks that has been like hit or miss, right? Especially in North America. But I think when she's played at her maximum potential, she's definitely one of the stronger threats in the game, I think. And there's some interesting comps coming out, right? Like we have like some like front to back still, right? With the Henry, the Rio, and the Marcus from Moonlit Black. But then you have Arta drop. We have whatever Team Uberman's playing, which is like it's like Arta drop without the Arta. You know, you got the Henry maybe to facilitate some plays. But what does Lumi have for us today? Trees.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be trees. So with that, yeah, it'll be interesting to see because we also have triple range. Like Sky's the Limit here. Looks like a very difficult team to try and approach. Sisela, in my opinion, has been the premier pick for triple range now, lately at least, as triple range primary weakness historically has been finding that engage potential, and Sisela offers that in spades. But yeah, be interesting to see how this lobby goes, and it is a 7-team lobby, which definitely changes the dynamic of things a little bit as well.
Yeah, and production giving a little overview of our 3rd anniversary lobby. I mean, that...
I was wondering, I thought I had like music playing in the back or something, but they're just like lobby music now.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's really cute. It's so weird for this game to be like, at least for us old heads, right? For it to be considered the 3rd anniversary, because guys like us, you know, we've been around since before or during early access, and to me, it's been like almost 6 years with the game.
5 or 6 years now, yeah.
Almost 7. But we're gonna see. Gals are taking
got out early, huh?
Gals are taking count. Are we? So, you know, we do know the mystery players behind the names, but I think you guys will have to do some detective work.
Yeah, I think if you're intelligent enough, you should be able to piece it together. Should shouldn't be too difficult to... Well, we all know that Galazor is Galazor, but Galazor's mage account, who talks to Galazor and plays mages? Well, it's certainly not Wokes, because he's in this lobby on Team Blast. Well, he's not in this lobby, but he's on Team Blast, so couldn't be Wokes, could it?
Also, I know a lot of people have been really excited, as we do see a pretty crazy fight going on with the Surf Up coming out from the lead. I was gonna mention the Bianca skin, but while we see cheerleading going down to the lineup of Trigger playing a pretty snowbally comp, makes sense, right? I think early Fearless format, you can play a composition that kind of just racks up a lot of kills, right? Which Lenny comps are usually typically good for. But yeah, I was gonna mention, everybody's been really excited for this Bianca skin. I've been seeing everybody playing Bianca, a lot of new Bianca players, you know, on the North American ladder since the skin got announced, and now it's finally in the game, and it does look quite good.
Yeah, I'm looking at Zelia's piloting it right now. I'm like, man, this skin is... There's so much detail in everything they put into this, like, ghostly aesthetic. Just looks so nice.
Yeah, I really like it. And I just like purple as a color, so... We're gonna see Jignut cutting it out a little bit against Galazor, but the Al attack on to the likes of Deus is going to make a lot of space for the lineup of Lord 2. The 5 Omens does come out from Deus, but doesn't get a lot of value. It does look like Lord 2 are winning out on the back end of this fight. Galazor mage account entirely untouched, and I don't know if Deus has the damage to chew through this Alonzo.
Yeah, more than likely not. Should be going down here. Charmer the Nomad's up in 1 second, but it's not going to be enough. Mujiba will be put on a break before it can get him over the wall here. Fishy on the run. Drops the Caltrops to cut off any sort of angle of a chase for Frog Fighters here. Who are going to take over Uptown, make their way over to this gold cube, who Fishy's looking to contest as well. Keeper the Sock able to snag that before he has any say in it. So with that, Fishy forced to evacuate Uptown. Nothing left over there for him.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see 2 Henrys in the lobby. I feel like Henry is like very hit or miss also, like we were talking about hit or miss in Coraline, as we do see Zelius getting engaged on Reign of the Vampire Queen to try to disengage. Gonna use that after movement speed plus the circulation to possibly get out of that situation and regroup with Jigna Jorgensen. But yeah, I much like the Coraline, I feel like there's moments where Henry looks really brilliant and then Henry looks really bad. And I think it's really dependent on the pilots and how people are playing around the character, right? Because they do very different things, but they both kind of want to play reactionary.
He can also just be a victim of circumstance as well. There may just be some compositions where he just doesn't provide as much value as he would against other characters.
Absolutely, right? If there's a lot of melees, he looks insane, but if he's getting outranged because he is one of the shorter range mages, it can look pretty low value. As we do see a pretty extended fight between the likes of Team Uberman and Trigger, and it does look like Dr. Tickle's PhD is going on a bit of a tear in the likes of Doc. Actor gonna turn it and gonna go for the flashy little plasma dash outplay, but is gonna be clutched up against by the auto attacks of Fishy. So that will be a pretty untimely break going out to Trigger.
Now with the hotel tree spawning, we'll see Moonlit Black Cats looking for an approach here to try and contest this against Frog Fighters, who are doing a good job putting some poke damage down onto Min Hai Yun without any real response coming through yet. Playing around this Leon shield timing for when they step up. Zito also with Sentinel, so a lot of windows of opportunity to step up for a poke war. And the damage is starting to pile up. Silverpaw's going to look for something here. Fortunately, he's going to blink out right after, but they do find a kill on Rosito. Cheerleading on the run here as Dona steps forward with the short bow form, and with that, only Black Cats are going to win out on the fight. Despite losing the poke war, they find a good engage.
Yeah, pretty good recognition from Silverpaw, and I think a little bit of, I want to say, a lack of patience coming out from the lineup of Frog Fighters, because I think they use a lot of cooldowns into this Chrono Field. Yeah, we see the Duck Dog committed and not really getting out of it and resulting in the stun, but definitely a good eye on the engage potential, but maybe just need to wait a little bit more on that Chrono Field, as we do see another Chrono Field coming out, and this could be a full wipe. A really early terminate on Mudjaba coming out from Team Uberman. They're having a great game for themselves.
Yeah, Team Uberman popping off a little bit here. I mean, hey, we've seen Dr. Tickles in the past, but last time he was just a doctor. Now he's got his PhD. He's legal, so he's ready to prove his worth here. No, stop. He was an illegal doctor. That's the joke. No. Oh.
Just listening to this is the.
You guys couldn't hear what I just heard in my ears, but I probably sound crazy to everyone now, talking to myself. Right?
That's what I would like. I think you might need a PhD in your life very soon. That's what you're talking to.
So what I heard in my ears is you need to have a PhD to be a doctor. But I'm like, no, but he's an illegal. He was an illegal doctor. Now he went to school. Anyways.
As we do see the lineup of Trigger getting ready to contest this alpha, and the Lumi's getting secured by Glorp too, and they will be able to pick up a Rift after that. Will they be able to get another call? And does look like Galazor.
This is leading right to the Rift for them.
Yeah. Galazor's going to be able to call in another Force Core. Might be going over to that fencing mask, probably.
They're going to get Bears as well. They're eating so well for the side of Glorp 2 here. And the Nimrod's Gate get on in. They have timer to call in as well because they're in a Rift. This is such good timing for them.
Yeah, huge really tempo. Great tempo. Yeah, absolutely huge tempo swing. Gonna need a little time though on this. They're not gonna get immediate zone control because Galazor's gonna have to slam that fencing mask. But honestly, not really. Actually, I was gonna say like they actually made it in pretty good timing. Now could just threaten with that Nimrod's Gate and really section off the backline. Right, Minhai Yun walking a little too far. I think really sectioning off the backline and just not putting enough peel threat onto this lineup of Glorp 2. And it's going to be a pretty clean sweep, getting a really nice segmented fight, which is exactly what these Art of Drop lineups want.
Galazor didn't even use his ultimate. Dimensional Strike is still a favorite.
He just aura farmed the...
They had damage in spades to win that fight. Yeah, that's the power of strong tempo though, right?
Yeah, and also just taking the fight on your terms, right? They didn't really have to do anything super special because Galazor had immediate backline access. And same with Galazor ticket count.
Yeah, 100%. So they find the target, they execute flawlessly on it. I mean, look at Galazor's items. He's already got 4 items online here. He's looking very strong for this stage of the game. But yeah, it's something people don't think about because they just think about transitions when they think about tempo value. You also have to think about experience, right? These guys are up weapon levels. They're maybe even up base levels. Yeah, look at Dona's level 11 to 12 across the board, really. So even just those base stats and levels can make a big difference, or the weapon level damage differentials as well. But yeah, they find the backline access after the Nimrod's Gate, lock it down with the Alonzo, and Galazor follows up. It's just really bread and butter stuff from them.
Yeah, and I don't think Minhai Yun's Marcus play is necessarily bad if you're playing against a traditional team composition, but you have to be a little more tight with your backline against these Art of Drop compositions, as Dylan's going to be able to get a huge amount of damage on Red Flake and Raven Verge here, having immediate backline access. We're going to see the Smash the Smithereens not actually get that burger flip off, and now Dylan's taking a lot of return damage from this triple range lineup. We're going to see the Ballistic Advantage coming out, but did not land a shot. Now, they are in a pretty awkward position, and Red Flakes was able to secure that tree for themselves. J-Tang maybe fancying a re-engage, though. Dylan still does have that Dimension Strike, I think, available to him, so they can look for this re-engagement as he's diving directly on in, and Speaks takes so much damage. We're going to see also Red Flakes going down. Raven Bergier, can you kite this out? Cicella is pretty good at kiting out melee characters, but, you know, when you got 3 of them walking you down, it can be a little scary, and J-Tang, you know, he might not be on the Cicella, but he's definitely down to still keep up those really aggressive chases he's known for.
Yeah, that's more of a J-Tang thing than a Cicella thing for sure. But chase will not come to fruition here. And I believe, yeah, they were able to spot out Glorp 2 here with that Raven, so aware to not double back or try anything. Going straight towards what looks to be the kiosk here. But
great engage coming out from Fishy. Oh my goodness, with the 3-man chrono field, just finding the angle. Super clean.
Yeah, really well done, but fortunately, Cheerleading was able to get out, so with that, the team is still in the lobby. Raven Bergier, it's a Congo line of solos. Will we see solos? No, Raven Bergier turning around. You might not want to turn around, there's people afoot. Fishy on the chase here, gonna use the time jump to try and catch up. Raven Bergier kiting it out, but should see the pings ahead of him. Yes, does see them on the map, so with that, realizes, hey, can't get the revives in Research Center. Maybe we can try our luck over in Chapel. So we'll see if Raven Bergier can get... What happened to him? He just stopped. I don't know what just happened there.
Actor that is good, or that is good. Actor that is paid. I mean, he is pretty good, but actor that is paid. I'm surprised he didn't rip that Smash Smithereens there. They were pretty clumped up. I think they might have had a pretty good burger flip opportunity there, but just gonna let to go for a knockup and then disengage. Trigger gonna be able to secure another force core for themselves, maybe from a box. Because the fencing mask is online for Dylan now, and we do see Dona walking around with that red flare, also getting funneled a force core. This is going to be quite the strong Rio coming into that day 4, especially if it happens to be that boot slot.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what they get out of the box in about 30 seconds from now. Looking across the map, everyone seems pretty isolated, so yeah, teams are very much split up. Yeah, good time to check the gear. Moonlit Black Cat's looking pretty good, as well as Trigger. They're actually opting to put a lot of itemization into the Marcus. Yeah, I mean, everyone's on pretty relative itemization here. So, it looks like Trigger had a little bit of an XP lead. I think I saw someone at weapon level 16, while the rest of the map was sitting around 12. Ooh! Pick opportunity with the Striking Tiger from FD Good onto Cheerleading. Cheerleading manages to survive, though. Fishy gonna get knocked up by the Duck Dive on the tail end of the Chrono Field. With that, Rosito's gonna send it here with the Soul Stealer to try and catch up to FD Good. Do you have another Duck Dive in you? Oh, connects off of the missed White Lily from FD Good, trying to get himself in the Gymnasium, just misangled it slightly. So that Frog Fighter is able to pick up 2 kills.
Rosito doing a great job of bailing Cheerleading out of that situation, right? The defensive surfs up to peel the core line, and then immediately after being able to punish with a Duck Dive onto the Henry post-Chrono Field. Actually, he pretty much learned exactly what messed up in the tree fight, right? Where he Duck Dived a little too early. This time he waits out the Chrono Field and immediately gets that punish out of it, and results in 2 kills. Really well played by Rosito, and good adaptation.
Yeah, super good adaptation, because Rosito, obviously not known for his Leon, more known for his Arda gameplay, but adapting to the situation rather quickly. And now another fight breaking out as Silverpaw gets chunked out really hard. Min Hyun forced to dash out defensively. Glorp 2, pretty much untouched, but unable to continue. Oh, never mind. No chase ever ends when you have an Arda on your team. Being able to pick up Min Hyun there with that Nimrod's Gate. Time warp over the wall from Silverpaw, but another Nimrod's Gate comes out. The chase still on. Looks like Silverpaw's able to make it out on the other side of the map. FD Good on the run. Looks like he'll be able to make it out. Dr. Pickles and Fishy will not be as lucky. Trigger picking up 2 kills once again here. Team Uberman showing some bleeding here, but they have racked up a good amount of points. 11.5 on the board for them.
And a Rift should still be available for them, right? 16 can look for a possible Rift angle, but there's a decent amount of distance between them and the nearest one, I believe, which should be in Chapel? Oh, wow, and this is a very ambitious... Oh, wait, no, there's one in Cemetery. We see all the icons covering it up. But this is a lot, I think, safer, right? Because the problem is... Oh, actually, we see a pretty big engage coming in from Galzor. Galzor getting so much damage on the lineup. The sky's the limit. Absolutely annihilating Raven Bergier and Red Flake, and Speaks is not going to be too long for this world after that owl attack coming out from Galzor. Take account. We do see the knockup onto Cheerleading. Cheerleading doing a great job of cutting out Actor. That is paid, though. But... Oh, we do see Rosito. Actually, no, it was the remnants of Frog Fighters, as Rosito and Dona were already on the ground. Or keep it at the sock, rather. Keep it at the sock, sorry.
But that red boxes will be going around. Nobody's at Wickline, which is very uncharacteristic. Normally people are here and ready to get this objective, but he's just going for a stroll. Maybe Trigger will rotate over, or perhaps Frog Fighters, after they get their revives off here, will make their way to Wickline. Galazor in the Rift, able to pick that up all in well. Dropping the legendary box over to Alonzo here.
So Team Uberman had to spend the credits to res, which means they're down a decent amount, but still able to secure FD Good's Crimson Hand.
Yeah, that's what really matters at the end of the day, is getting that blood weapon online. But fortunately, yeah, they are going to have to go down those credits. I mean, had they found a Rift, they would have found a little solo kill on Galazor there, because he's the only one that went in the Rift for his team. So Glorp 2 eating once again.
Not only solo kill, they're gonna blood, right? Because then it becomes the...
Yeah, that too, the reward upgrades, yeah. Wickline is still up, by the way. It's just chilling in Pond. Nobody's
This is-
here. Like,
This is so uncharacteristic just for any competitive lobby, but especially a lobby with Trigger in it, right? I feel like Trigger has always been very, very consistent on their wick takes and finding their wick timing. So the fact that Wickaline is sitting at a healthy 13,000 HP and just walking directly into the lineup of Frog Fighters, surely we at least started, investigate. Yeah, but now the lineup of Glorp 2, after taking that rift, are going to be able to walk on in, and I mean, there's so much threat on this backline. I think they're just going to have to entirely disengage. Galzor taking out, going to take that Emerald's Gate in. Galzor following not too far behind. Al Attack is going to put and follows on the White Lily, but now Galzor taking out's in a pretty bad spot. We are going to see the Magnetic Storm to come out to buy a little bit more time. Decent amount of damage reduction coming out, and Galzor taking out doesn't go down, buying enough time for Galzor to rejoin, and now Rosito going very low as well. But somehow, nobody dies in that entire exchange.
And now Glorp 2 on the wick, taking it actually quicker than I thought their team would be able to wipe that objective clean. And the thing with this too, Kaz, this is something I've never really gotten to talk about in a competitive lobby, is when Wickline is taken this late, this buff starts to persist into areas of the lobby that you don't want it existing in as other teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you start seeing this wick buff in Final Zone, and you're like, oh man, that is a problem, because by then you can't run away from the wick team anymore. You are forced to fight.
No, great shout. And yeah, I mean, it's such a rare thing that sometimes you'll see it taken towards the end of day 4, right? And then it shows up in temporary zones. But I think we're at that critical mass where I think the Wickline will show up in at least the start of the final zone.
Zones, yeah. Speaking of which, Dr. Tickles getting taken down here by the Moonlit Black Cats. We're going to make their way over towards Pond after finding that kill. Trigger chasing down Frog Fighters, forcing them to burn a little bit of timer here, and they will meet the remnants of Team Uberman on the other side, who have just caught their revive on Lumi. They should see that Lumi's standing still ahead of them, so they should have Cheerleading does have a good idea here that there is a team ahead of them. A little bit of poke established by Cheerleading here. As Dr. Pickles sets root in the bush, finds a clean sweep on to keep her the sock, but doesn't seem interested in taking it. White Lily going to get removed by Cheerleading as well to remove that avenue of opportunity for these melees to take. And the poke continues here. Clean sweep gonna go wide. Striking Tiger actually missed! So with that, FD Good gonna take a whole heap of damage. Actually goes down here after the surf's up of Rosito. They will find a 1-for-1 exchange, but they've burned a lot of cooldowns, and the range characters are ready to make them pay.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the hard part of FD Good's role, right? It's either on FD Good or Fishy to find the engage, but both of them are very committal, right? If you time jump in, you don't have the ability to get out, really. And if you striking Tiger in, you're definitely not getting out against this composition. As we do see the third party coming in from Trigger, gonna take down Cheerleading, gonna take down Keeper of the Sock, and leave it just to Rosito on the Leon to rat it out. Where is Lumi? Okay, there is a chance. I think that Rosito can catch Lumi in Temple. But it would be at the tail end, and I mean, you gotta hope nobody else comes to contest it, as we do see the full Terminate going over to the lineup of Moonlit Black Cats, as Min Hyun's gonna get taken down by the lineup of Glorp 2. In Glorp 2, they are looking so strong. Wickaline buff online, we got the Scarlet Scythe online, we got the Crimson Hands online, and a fully itemized Galazor Mage account too. So they're at their critical mass.
Yeah, they've certainly had a very successful game so far. A lot of opportunistic plays that worked out very favorable for them, and just, I don't know, good tempo across the board as well, even in situations where they weren't really finding big opportunities. So yeah, really well done by them thus far. We'll see how they fare off against either Frog Fighters or Trigger. Frog Fighters finding the revives. They're going to go over towards Gas Station where Trigger currently is. They do see that these Hyper Loops are coming in, so Trigger getting ready to posture and look for a vision check. Frog Fighters will have to approach them. Recon drone's going to come through. J-Tang gets spotted. So does Actor on that ward. I think they've seen all three, actually. They saw Dylan sitting there. Yeah, they do spot Dylan on that drone. But for the large part, they don't have a lot of vision here. Actor looking for an engagement. Shove. Cheerleading back. Smash the Smithereens comes through. Knocks Rosito into Dylan, who finds the Dimensional Strike follow-up. And with that, Dylan gets to the backside towards Keeper of the Thought and finishes the fight. Clean fight from Trigger, just running over the Frog Fighters.
Yeah, and we're gonna see, I mean, unless Dr. Tickles is, maybe the greatest player of all time. We're gonna see the Abigail Mirror matchup, but two different identities of Abigail, right? You got the very hard dive versus kind of the death ball identity of a Lenny composition. And it will be interesting to see if Glorp 2...
Wait, I didn't realize they have triple tap roots.
I mean, it's pretty good, right? Like, in a composition like this, that's, you know...
It's very good, yes.
Yeah, you want to kind of... Also, I didn't even notice this. Dylan is on the Vampiric, right? So really tripling down on that long fight kind of game. I'm interested to see if the sustained damage coming out from Trigger is going to weigh out on the burst damage coming out from... Oh, unless J10 gets caught out by an Owl attack here. Gonna get hit by that Nimrod's Cube too. Galazor's taking a lot of damage though. And we are gonna see the Abigail go down. I don't even think the Dimension Strike was used, but just forced out really early. And it does look like, despite J10 getting caught by that Owl attack combo, there's just too much HP to chew through for the lineup of Glorp 2. And it will be a clean 3-0 going over to the lineup of Trigger with 30 points for game 1.
Points. Oh man, that is a banger game to start your series off with. I mean, Glorp 2, they racked up 17 points, also looked very good, but yeah, 30 points, that is what you want to see, especially coming out of the first game. That's really going to make the rest of your games that much easier to perform in.
Absolutely. Really well played by both teams, and looks like, you know, Abigail in these ERCC formats still a really potent threat. I feel like every time we see Fearless format come out, there's at least one or two Abigail comps coming out.
Yeah, and for us here in North America, I mean, Dylan and Galazor are our two most prolific Abigail players, in my opinion. Maybe there's somebody else floating around that I don't know about, but as far as what I see, these two are the guys to watch in our region for Abigail, so it's no surprise to see them busting it out and performing very well on it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really exciting to see a pretty hefty point lead that Trigger's going to rack up for themselves. So now, you know, if the lobby becomes very top heavy, there we go, not the Tabi, but the lobby becomes very top heavy, then it becomes very scrappy for that fourth versus, like, you know, 4th to 6th placement, even 3rd to 6th, right? And so then you have a lot of teams really, like, you know, putting in their best to just make sure that they can get out of the group.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, that's what you need to do today. Is just not get eliminated, right? As long as you get out of today, it's all good. But yeah, we'll be able to watch this replay one more time here and really take a look at what happened here.
Yeah, I mean, I think really it's just the story of, you know, a burst composition versus a composition built around sustaining, right? And like lasting through the fight, right? They just don't have the damage, even though J-Tank does arguably misposition a little bit, right? He just has so much HP that even though he gets caught by the L attack and then the Babylon or the Babylon's Cube follow up, he's just not able to actually go down fast enough, and Galazor just goes down to this focus fire of Actor and Dylan while all that's happening, right? And maybe J-Tang isn't the right target, but who is then?
Yeah, I mean, who do you try to focus, right? I mean, it's hard to focus down the other Abigail, and certainly Marcus isn't the option, for say the least. So yeah, I mean, that might just be part of the might of triple taproots, is it just taproots provide so much defensive value on a boot slot that it just becomes really hard to focus down really anybody. And you try to focus down Dylan first. If Galazor ends up losing the HP race, he's going to be forced to Dimensional Strike first, and we all know what happens in the Abigail Ditto. He who Dimension Strikes first loses 100% of the time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it even goes down to just augment selection, right? Like, we have Dylan on the Vampiric, right, versus the Siphon Maelstrom. Siphon Maelstrom a lot more front-loaded. He still gets some sustain from it, but it's not going to offer that, like, late game or late fight sustain and damage power that the Vampiric offers, as we do have the scores, if you want to take that away from me, Miki.
Sure, why not? Trigger in first place, 30 points on the board, 17 team kills in phase 2. That's how you rack them up, folks. In second is Glorp 2 with 17.5 points. Third is Team Uberman with 15.5 points. And fourth will be Frogfighters with 10 points. From there in fifth, we have Moonlit Black Cats with 7 points. Sixth place is Sky's the Limit with 3.5 points. Seventh will be Mujaba with 1.5 points. And bringing up the rear is poor Blast, who couldn't muster up a third teammate.
Yeah, it's definitely a rough deficit to start from, especially when you look at how much Trigger, Glorp 2, and even Team Uberman were able to rack up, right? So now, Blast is here, and they really need to show up. Now, I mean, this is already an interesting decision. We do see the Johan possibly coming out, which maybe we'll see like a Johan plus Blair composition, or maybe like another really strong, oh, Felix, right? Another strong melee duelist character. And this is the kind of composition that can rack up a lot of kills. So I think it is the right play for them because they need to start making up this deficit.
Yeah, I think this kind of composition also fits Blast's identity. You know, they do like to get more points farmed up. Oh, actually, they're going to be going the Felix Super Soldier if they lock in this Mai. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely... And I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this look from Blast, but I think really... I mean, if they can debut it well, this is really good. It's good to have these kinds of compositions in your back pocket, right? Because it just means that you can play according to the lobby. And I think one of the things that Felix is the best at, right? Because there's a lot of different Super Soldier identities we've seen. Felix is the best at winning 1v1s against melee characters. I don't think there's a lot of melee characters that can straight up win. And his single target is excellent. So when you are in these situations where you got to, you know, duel this tanky Abigail, or duel this tanky Marcus, or duel any of these bruisers / tanks that are like, you know, sustaining for the front line, Felix is great at that. And when you have the support of the Mai and Johan to keep him topped up, he can kind of just consecutively win all those single target fights until he just runs over the fight.
Yeah, for sure. But conversely, well, before I talk anymore, we have our sale from Lumi once again. Hi, Lumi. Trees again. So we're starting off the series nice and slow with some trees on sale. But yeah, it'll all depend, because one of the things I don't like about this composition is that they have very low engage power. They're really just relying on Mai just dashing in and finding a taunt, which isn't the most reliable way to start fights. But Blast they've been known to get a little creative with their engagements, play little vision tricks or look for certain angles that are a little unorthodox. So we'll see how they pilot this composition.
I do think it was specifically the Johan backing up, and maybe even the mod for the exclusive. Right and Wise can look for an aggressive like third cast of the Windscar Blink combo to engage, just because there's so many safety nets. But often, no, he can't, right? Like on the average, I don't think the Felix actually gets the opportunity to do this. But because he has such a strong supported cast behind him, he might have the opportunity. But you're absolutely right. You're really hoping that the catwalks land, because then the Felix can follow up, and I think Felix is much better in that second in than as that primary in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with the triple Windscar look, the blinked Windscar 3 look, it's really just going to come down to, again, circumstance, right? If three backliners are all clumped up together, why not, right? Knock them all up, burst one down, looks good. Speaking of getting bursted down, Rizio's going to go down. Trigger, though, I think they're losing this fight. Keeper the Sock finds another kill. Actor on the run, and a blitz comes through. A little bit of extra damage as Cheerleading goes over the wall. Ooh! Actor, don't worry. We didn't see you miss that wall stun, but it's okay as he's still up. Rizito respawning as well as Dylan. Dylan on the backside looking for a kill, but Keeper the Sock is getting so much damage out with these auto attacks in this fight. Ballistic advantage comes through. Duck Dive connects, so with that, Rizito and Cheerleading able to finish off another kill. Frog Fighters racking up some early points.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the power of a adrenaline marksman that's just been able to hit the whole fight, right? Yeah. There was not a single point where the likes of Keeper the Sock had to. Oh, nice little Flame Crusher coming out from Red Flake against 2, but I just don't think he has the damage to take down either FD Good or Fishy Fishy, as FD Good is going, or no, actually I think Fishy Fishy was able to secure that last hit, as we do see Galzer taking count, going for that Magnetic Storm. Deus XM already on the ground. Jigna Jorgensen trying to provide some space, as Zelius is throwing down the Molotov cocktails, and they are looking at a very different style of composition, more traditional, you know, double. Well, I don't know, because they don't have a marksman, but they do have double backline plus a Marcus. But we do see Galzor taking down Zelius, and is also going to take down Jigna Jorgensen. So it will be a pretty extended fight, but definitely going over to the lineup of Glorp 2.
He just responded to the fight and just ran. Like, I think perhaps he could have found a different spot to revive, but I think he was more worried about not putting his team on a break, so he just sent the revive as quickly as he could. It was just very funny to see him respawn in the fight and not even throw an ability or nothing. He said, "No, I'm out. We are not going on break."
But yeah, some pretty early tempo coming out from Glorp 2 and Frog Fighters, right? And if Glorp 2 are running the coin toss, I mean, you know, it's very nice to have those fights. And same with Frog Fighters, right? If you're running the coin toss, you really get to take advantage of those early scraps.
Yeah, for sure. That's something we don't talk about enough is these sub-odds and how much impact they have. And coin toss can have the most impact or the least impact depending on how you play. With that, Sky's the Limit will lose 2 members here to Trigger, who's setting their sights towards the cemetery tree. Meteorite spawning down, what is that? Warehouse there? Yeah, warehouse. Looks like we may have a contention between Team Uberman and Frog Fighters down here. Galazor's Mage Count on the run, looking for the Great Escape, but he's not going to be able to find it today. It's Hefty Good and Fishy Fishy. Finish him off. And now they head down towards this Meteorite, where they will meet up with the Frog Fighters.
Yeah, and I mean, cheerleading, as long as they are able to stay pretty safe, should be pretty threatening, but you don't really want to clump up against a Henry, right? They kind of have to find a way to spread out this backline just a little bit. Otherwise, that time jump threat is so potent. Dr. Tickle's going to land that clean sweep, immediately take it in. But a great double dive coming out from Rosito to peel the backline, and immediately following up with that surf up is going to peel for the team. Fishy Fishy, you cannot take that meteorite. As we will see Fishy Fishy take that retreat and make sure not to wipe his team, as we do see Galzor versus Actor that is faded. But something tells me that the Marcus might be a little favored in this situation.
Yeah. He might need a couple more items before he wants to go toe-to-toe with a Marcus here. So Actor going to take that kill all in well. Meanwhile, School looking a little convoluted here. Sky's the Limit, split up from each other, but there are some fragments of people running around here. Galzor's Mage Account going to get caught out here, gets hit by the Flame Crush, taken out before the Nimrod's Gate can be taken. Sky's the Limit. Looking for more here. I do believe they see Galzor tank account. They're not going to continue the chase here. With that, the dust settles.
A little spooky for Glorp too, because
yeah, they're pretty split from each other, and they're not in great spots right now, even as solos.
Absolutely, and you know, you don't want to be too split because should 2 members get caught out, you know, it puts a lot of onus. Yeah, it puts a lot of onus on the last guy to stay alive. And we're looking at that right now, right? Galzor tank account is just stuck between a Rock and a Dylan place, as we do see Dylan go for that Dimension Strike. Not going to dodge out on the surf up, but is going to trade out on Rosita, right? And we are going to see now Raven Bergier going down to the lineup of Moonlit Black Cats. Lots of just isolated picks going around the map, as Deus XM is trying to find a way to safely call. Gina Jorgensen is going to be able to call that force core, but it has to get that craft off before the engage of blast comes out. And look at the itemization on right and white. So strong. This is the power of playing these super soldier compositions. You really just get to super hard funnel one guy, and he's already on that triple force core. Ao Yai, Legatus, Radar, and the Alexanders. It is such a threatening Felix, man.
Just a force to be reckoned with when you get this kind of itemization this early. And, you know, for his teammates, they don't exactly need that much itemization to function well for what they need to offer to their team. So, yeah, we'll see how teams approach this Felix. And Wright-wise, it's very comfortable on this Felix pick. It's certainly a pick I attributed to him. So, we'll see how he deals here with Moonlit Black Cats as they step forward. Min Hyun leading the charge here as he takes out their vision. Alpha, though, already pretty much dead. I mean, going to use the Shadow Stab to push it away, so the Alpha secured. And on the front side, Asterio, an Internet Wrapper, just going to run interference while Right and Wise secures the objective and gets out.
Yeah, and I don't think there's really great potential for the lineup of Moonlit Black Cats to really chase this out, as we do see the fight between Sky's the Limit and the lineup of Team Uberman breaking out. We do see the time jump into the Chrono Field coming out from Fishy Fishy going. And after that, at the good diving on in to take down Raven Bergier. But there was a return call coming out from Red Flake, but the trade comes out, and now it's Speaks versus the World, and I just don't know if the Katya is going to be able to walk up safely enough to be able to kill both of them. Fishy Fishy going to be able to disengage Dr. Tickles, is also going to be able to take a rest timer, should they so desire. Going to miss on that clean sweep and now take the rest. The bit of retribution healing is going to tick in a little bit. Speaks is doing their best job with the electric shift to take down the damage, but with that dirty work plus a couple autos coming out from Dr. Tickles, it will be unfortunately a loss for the lineup of Sky's Limit and a win going over Team Movement.
Not the dirty Tickles.
Well, I was thinking dirty work, and then I was reading DR.
Dirty work, Dr. Yeah, I know, I get it. But Galazor's tank account gonna go in on trigger here, looking for an angle. Spring Trap connects on the Galazor's mage account. J-Tang roughing him up a little bit as on the backside here, Actor trying to do what he can while the rest of Trigger catches up, and they do manage to after dealing with the Alonzo and find their way to 2 kills. Galazor, fortunately, able to get out of the fight before it goes too bad. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, Sky's the limit on the back foot here as an engagement is found. The girl in the bubble slightly mistimed. So Raven Bergier is going to go down. Speaks also going to go down here, and it does not look good. This Red Flake looks pretty caught out as well. Kenneth, not too bad at escaping. Baskill actually might have saved him here if he can make it to this White Lily over the wall. Just one more dash. Oh, Dr. Pickles able to cut him off on it, and it's not going to come through. Sky's the limit gets taken down by Team Uberman.
Yeah, and that's going to be a really unfortunate wipe, because Sky's the Limit wasn't really able to rack up that many points. Actually, they racked up the same amount of points this game as they did last game, so those next 4 games are going to be very, very stressful for them as they try to make up whatever point deficit they find themselves in after this game. But pretty successful fight coming up from Team Boomer. Fishy's been landing some great engagements on the Henry this game.
Yeah, no, he's looked solid thus far in the series. Duck Dive, though, connects onto Jignut. First up, though, gonna go wide from Rizito. From that, he's been taking a lot of damage from Deus over this wall. Keeper the Sock, returning a lot of fire himself as the Inna Blitz comes through. Ballistic advantage looks to be going wide here as Deus makes it out of it. And for Mojabo, they're able to rest up, get their health bars topped back up. Now looking for another fight angle here. Molotov comes through with an oil slick to provide a little bit of poke on the Keeper of the Sock here. Jignut looking at an angle, does get seen on the ward, but the Jignut's positioning is pretty good here. Keeper of the Sock, you gotta watch out, the rattle comes through off of Rizito. That was crazy from Jignut. And with that, they're gonna find 2 kills here. The Unstoppable that surfs up to dodge the knockup, the smash to smithereens to take him out, cheerleading on the run.
And it does not look like cheerleading is very long for this world as the Flame Dash is gonna come out, or is gonna come out. The Shackles Sin does go wide on cheerleading now, and now we do see the third party coming in from Moonlit Black Cats onto the lineup of Mojaba. And Jignut is very far away. Great engage coming out from Silverpot is going to catch out both Zelius and Deus. And now Jignut is in the, you know, this is a very common spot to ran away in.
Yes.
It's a classic, and we'll see if Jignut's able to VLS over to a Rift, as we do see the fight breaking out between Glorp 2 and Trigger. The run back, but Actor that is paid is just absolutely running down Galazor. Galazor trying his best to kite it out. Dimension Strike comes out, but I think Actor is winning out on this back end, but on the other side of the fight, Dylan is kind of losing to Galazor Mage account and Galazor Tank account. Never mind, the turn does come out, and now Galazor caught out in between Actor that is paid and Dylan. But look at that timer on Actor that is paid. Not very good. J-Tank going down, and Galazor Mage account was not able to make it out. So in the run back, it will still be Trigger getting the better of Glorp 2.
Yeah, Glorp 2 going to be forced to get respawns as Rifts won't be coming back for a good 3.5 minutes at least here. So revives will be necessary for them to not fall too far behind in experience. I can be able to find them right now. Meanwhile, over in Forest, though, things are fairly tense as Moonlit Black Cats try to navigate their way out. They do have a red box spawning on their head, so teams nearby can see exactly where they are, more or less. Galazor and Galazor's tank count going to send a Nimrod's Gate with no information either. A little bit risky. But Blast also here in the area as the Moonlit Black Cats stay on the bottom side here, trying their best to get this red box to spawn in a position where they can pick it up. Praying that Glorp 2 comes back to kind of push Blast away from them. They're going to bring it out into red here. Blast stepping forward, Internet Wrap looking, finds the good taunt on the backside of the Donut and Silverpaw. Now, Brainwise gets on the Donut on the backside, but here comes the third party from Glorp 2, who manages to pick up the box while all this goes on. Galazor putting pressure on the Blast. Moonlit Black Cats getting the revive here on the Donut. They do manage to find it. They don't have much timer left. 1 second, and Donut makes it in just barely. But the ultimate winners are Glorp 2 with a late third party to secure the box.
Yeah, and that will be a Queen of Hearts going over to Galazor Mage account. That's a very nice item to secure on your Arda as the fight breaking out between Mojaba and Team Uberman. But you're seeing the damage on Jignut is just so potent from all the single target coming out from Dr. Tickles and the likes of FD Good. Just going to use that wave function collapse to take down that Marcus.
Yeah. Now they will stay on the run. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Beach here, Blast backing up for now, as with Black Cats are on the chase. Smash with Smithereens comes through, but on the backside is Internet Wrap trying to catch Dona. Dona able to not get taunted, but the damage from Right and Wise is so high. Oh my goodness, blows up Dona after dealing with Midnight. Silverpaw will not be long for this world as the supports on the backside finish him off.
Yeah, and that was like a perfect example of just like, you know, you just single target everybody down like consecutively because you just have the supportive cast to enable you to do so. Took down that tank first and then ramped up and took out the rest, as we do see Keeper of the Sock going down. Cheerleading luckily going to be able to get out. And where is Rosito while all this is happening? I see him in a completely different zone. Gonna use that VLS and Force and go on over possibly to the Rift. But there is the lineup of Team Uberman waiting for him there, and they are going to see that ping. Now, will he be able to finagle the vision and finesse this Rift for himself, as we do see him walking around through archery range? Gonna try to go for it, but it's definitely a risky play.
Yeah, I think he recognizes that people are there. Meanwhile, there's hell fighting happening. Dimensional Strike lands very well here. Right and Wide still alive, though. The carry is still available. Can they finish him off? They lock him down. Another big knockup. Right and Wide is going crazy style. Oh my goodness, it's a montage moment from him. The White Lily still available. The chase is still on. Nimrod's Gate comes through. Oh, the root barely missing for Right and Wise, but he finds 2 kills in a 2v3, managing to win out the fight. Him and Hysterio making it happen.
But the box, the spoils of war, is not taken yet. It's just a mithril, but it will be going over to the lineup.
Do you even know it's there?
I mean, I think Zelly just spotted it, but honestly...
Like, hey guys, the box here. Oh.
I was going to say, I feel like Blast could also chain kill Mudja, but they are so strong now. And the thing is, there's double blood on Internet Wrap, so... Oh, and the replay coming out, and we just see it right here, right? The sustain to keep Right and Wise up. Great. Windscar third cast to knock up Galazor, and Galazor take account, and he's just so strong in the single target situation where he can take down these bruisers and tanks, especially when there's not really a true backline DPS threat, right? The Art is not going to do enough to take him down while he's doing that, so he's just able to stay sustained through the Johan and just absolutely check the melees of Glorp 2.
Yeah, Glorp 2 is a very scrappy team. They want to get in your face and try
Where'd
to
our
take
arm
down
piece
a single
go?
target.
Did we sell it to get the? I think we sold it to get
the revive. Yeah, so we're on a watch. Slowly but surely, they'll be able to get credits to call in components and build something a little more than this. Seems it'll be a Tindalos picked back up here. So at the very least, Glorp 2 back on their feet, full members alive. But they need to. Oh, Nimrod's Gate, Galazor going in.
Galazor getting absolutely slimed too. I mean,
yeah, he went in and almost didn't come back out. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, he was finding himself in a different Nimrod's tombstone, you know. But we're gonna see the engage coming out from Galazor taking count onto Keeper of the Sock. Keeper of the Sock pretty caught out. I'll attack, and with the Blade of Truth, so much damage coming out. Just straight up solo killing this guy, as Galazor Major Count should be able to finish off the line of Keeper of the Sock. No, gonna survive. And now Cheerleading trying to go for the res, but I think clicked vision there at last second. Just so send the Lumi away.
Perhaps sending Lumi away, because look at his teammate here. Looking for the Lumi. Yeah!
FT Good's gonna see that ping though, and we don't have the timer to run towards Temple. It's gonna be Keeper of the Sock going down, because this wave function collapse is about to go off. Yep. And that will be an instant kill going over to the lineup of Team Uberman. And Cheerleading, 2 seconds of timer. We're in a terrible spot.
We are in a very terrible spot to have 2 seconds of timer. If anybody walks up, it's going to be lights out. And it looks like they saw him on CCTVs or something, because immediately sending it on to Cheerleading, and that will be the end of our Frog Fighters.
And Team Uberman looking incredibly strong. Look at the credits. They have 2 blood call-ins waiting in the wings, and Dr. Tickles is not too far from one himself, as we do see. I mean, you know, there might be some conversations about Abigail differentials after this next win coming out from Trigger against Glorb 2. I just think it's a pretty rough matchup for the lineup of Glorb 2, especially when the itemization gap is this prominent.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the teams, you're like, well, you got Abigail, you got Alonzo, Marcus, so there's like a tank versus tank matchup, and then you have Arda versus Lenny, but like, so there's like a support matchup, but they're two wildly different comps due to the things they've selected on the back end, right? We've talked about the augments, and just how these compositions are going to function with each other. Galazor's tank account, this Alonzo is not a tank. He's playing more of an assassin-style Alonzo. So even though it's technically a tank archetype character, his job in the fight is to point at a backliner and try to 100-0 them, or at least get them low enough where Galazor can easily clean it up. Whereas inside of Trigger, they're trying to take a sustained fight. They're trying to go a long con in a fight and really just win out through attrition.
And I mean, if you want to talk about attrition, look at the lineup of Blast, by the way. 3 blood items on that Mai. Viking helmet online, probably the prominence, as we do see Jigna Jorgensen standing on that, trying to take that hop over, but you're going into the waiting arms of Blast, and that is so disastrous. Huge double taunt coming out from Internet Rap with the Windscar third cast follow-up coming out from Right and Wise. And I mean, if I'm looking across the lobby, I think Blast is my favorite to take the lobby. Bloody Ninetales online for Internet Rap. Prominence online,
man.
And the Viking helmet. I mean, this guy is such a threat.
This guy's he actually needs to get rid of Blazing Dress because he's overlapped the flame barrier. The flame barrier. He actually needs to get a 4th blood here for
that Black Flame Dragon.
For the Black Flame Dragon, so he can switch over to Heart of Fire passive instead. Galazor's mage account is not long for this world.
I mean,
if he times it right, time it on the second. Please tell me he's listened to me. Oh, date change, right? Yeah. No, date change is the better way to do it. He wouldn't have enough timer, even if he timed it like where he gets an extra second. Yeah. But even still, their timer situation is very dire heading into temp zones, and they're going to drop on top of the team here, Team Uberman, putting pressure on them. And they have Blast on the other side of them, where Right and Wise has full Spearweaver stacks off of the bear. They're resetting the bear so that way he can permanently have full Spearweaver stacks and get multiple rotations out. Very intelligent stuff from them. We usually see people doing something like that with Yon, but anyways, the fight starting out here. Galazor does get on the backside, Dimensional Strike, pass! Yeah, really good timing from Galazor on that Dimensional Strike, catching a 2-man with it as well. With that, should be
I think Dr. Tickles wins this on the back end, though.
Wait a minute.
I mean, they don't have the damage to choose.
That's Dr. Tickles. I forgot. He's got a PhD. Like, he didn't have one before. He's legalized his practice.
He's college educated now. This guy's definitely a threat. A great route coming out from the stereo, by the way. But we are going to see the third party coming in from Blast, and it's so rough for the lineup of Team
Wait, Tickles mode?
Yeah, he's tickling them for sure, Ashley. You're right. Yeah. He is going tickle mode. As we should see the Black Flame Dragon coming online for Internet Rap, going to be able to secure some of these credits. I mean, they will be late to the zone, but they just kind of have to accept that and get those call-ins and make sure they are as strong as possible.
They have to give him Black Flame Dragon, right?
Oh, they are.
Yeah, it's the only option.
No, they don't know.
No, they don't know the tech. Oh, it's a blood weapon. What a misplay. The passives are overlapped. It's over.
Oh, nice. Exclusive coming out from Internet Rap to stave Stereo from that Smash Smithereens. And now I mean, I think they can just win this fight straight up because the full stacks are coming out, but it looks like a full disengage and a reset, actually. I think they could have just hard committed to that fight at that point. But they will be able to VLS and beat them to zone.
Okay. I don't mind this. I don't think this is a bad play per se. It's not like my favorite. I don't think it's really that bad to go for the VLS here. I think maybe where they landed was a little grief, but
and they have some. They already took some third party, right? So they are not sitting pretty on the timer situation. And I'm pretty sure Actor does have that Smash Smithereens up again. This time, Asterio is going to get flipped. Does the Faith Unwavering? Yeah, Faith Unwavering plus the exclusive to buy a lot of time. And Dylan is going down very quickly to the likes of Internet Rap. Or not Internet Rap, sorry, Right and Wise. As Right and Wise is doing so much damage on the back end. After that, Spade is going to try to re-engage. But, oh, great flip coming out from JTech. Taking down Right and Wise. Wow. I mean, you would think in the 2v2 between Internet Rap and rather, Right and Wise versus Actor That Is Paid, and J-Ting, they would end up winning, but J-Ting getting a great spring trap, and then Actor just immediately following up and taking down that low Felix, clutching it up. Really, really well played by Trigger on the back end of the fight.
Yeah, I was definitely worried for Trigger on the back end of the fight, because I thought for sure, I'm like, oh, it's Felix versus a guy who really only gets damage from auto-attacking against the guy who nonstop dodges auto-attacks. It seems like a cut and dry matchup, but what you don't have to factor is there's so much lockdown for the side of Trigger. They can stop him from pressing his buttons. He's not going to be able to cast Crescent Wave over and over again if he's knocked into a wall and knocked up and knocked back. Like, if the lot of any sort of crowd control hits him from the side of Trigger, all of it's going to hit him. They are going to chain it back to back to back until he hits the ground.
Yeah, super, super well played by Trigger. Again, yeah, like when you just look at that 2v2 on paper, it's like, how do they win? They just don't have the damage. But you don't need damage when you have CC, as the replay, whenever that happens, will definitely show the clutch factor that Trigger has. But these guys are so good at clutching, you know? I mean, they are no strangers to the 2vx clutch. You know, we have many montage plays coming out from J-Tang and Dylan, or J-Tang and Actor in those clutch situations.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll be able to check that out once again on the replay. I'd imagine it'll be quite a long replay. Yeah, we're starting from way back when the Smash to Smithereens into the exclusive hit. But yeah, I mean, I think Trigger got a pretty good disengage here. I mean, they established enough distance where Blast can't really push any further. I do like that Blast was very decisive in their decision making to VLS. They immediately called for it and immediately went for it. There was absolutely no hesitation to wrap around to this side.
Yeah, no, I do like it. I do wonder, I mean, a lot of resources were burnt, and they did give Trigger the time to get these resources back, right? Versus maybe they do try to force the fight. But we do see Actor immediately getting that Smash to Smithereens, and this time, it does land on the stereo, and that's a lot of damage going on. But the exclusive is used on the Johan to keep him alive. Still does go down, and you're going to see the fight breaks out, and I mean, Right Wise takes so much damage that afterwards, knockup plus the spring trap just seals his fate. He wasn't able to reset. I think if he was able to get maybe a little bit of a rest off or path over to that healing plant over in Fire Station, he might have had a chance, right? But
yeah,
I mean, J-Tang and Actor were incredibly decisive, decided to push their advantage on the HP lead, and great catch on a stereo to start the fight, right? Force out a lot of resources and I think if you trade internet wrap instead of in stereo, right? You probably win that, right? Because then you have some sustain on the Felix and the damage doesn't stick as much. But because the stereo goes down so early, they don't have the ability to sustain the Felix through all the damage that he's taking in that AoE.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you too. I think, going over towards that healing plant, just even looking for a full reset probably would have resulted in a win. They did finish the corpse off, so there was no reason to really stick around outside of trying to finish the fight. So yeah, perhaps a full reset would have been good as well, because that matchup in my head just seems so cursed. But fortunately for Trigger, they were able to finish off Right and Wise, the menace that has been Right and Wise thus far in these lobbies, and take the win. And the scores are ready to go, so we'll be able to take a look at these here. Trigger with a pretty dominant lead here, 53.5 points, looking very strong on the day. Team Uberman with 32 points, tied with Glorp 2, just barely edging out that tiebreaker with that one Phase 2 team kill above them. From there, we have Frog Fighters in 4th with 17 points, Blast in 5th with 14.5 points, Moonlit Black Cats in 6th with 13 points, Mujaba in 7th with 8 points, and Sky's the Limit in 8th place with 7 points. But for everyone at home, that was our second game. You know the drill, 2 games equals 1 break. That's some quick math, so we'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
100 years. A brief period, yet utterly tedious. Answer my summons. The Wraith of Wraiths shall come to you. My loyal subject. After an eternity, I have finally descended upon this realm. Yes, my kin. It has been far too long. You are a commendable member of my kin. Hand over that soul of yours. bestow upon you eternal rest. Well, well. Now, let us enjoy our victory.
Knock, knock. Your personal hell has arrived. Chaos, destruction, and... what was it again? Only two choices here. Die or kill. You better watch your step. As you can see, we have a lot of eyes watching you. The real thrill comes right before pulling the trigger. Let's test your worth. Ready to pull the trigger? Whoa, calm down there, pal. You can't beat someone who's actually having fun. A life you didn't earn. Now we're taking it back. Nothing more beautiful than a muzzle flash. No one this time either, huh? Shame. Yeah, the next wielder should be that one right there.
All right, time to show them the real meaning of archery. Pinpoint precision.
Is there any places where I can set up my instruments? Let's go with confidence.
Heh, not a surprising result. It was all tactics.
I can feel the power of music.
The truth will be revealed. I never let my guard down.
My concert will never end. Leave your body to the music. Now to the main stage.
Years.
Hope you were able to grab a snack or hydrate or get a drink, whatever you needed to do during that break. But we're back with ERCC. Semifinals, Alpha Block. Meek, how were those first two games treating you?
Those were Trigger World. Those were two Trigger dominations, which I love seeing because sometimes Trigger looks shaky, so it's nice to see them performing strong at this stage of the tournament. But yeah, I think things will be shaken up quite considerably here as the bands are coming through now. Trigger will no longer be able to play the composition they were running, as well as Glorp too, who's going to actually substitute out Galazor and put Holmy in. which makes total sense. I mean, Galazor is, you know, he says he has what do they call it? A champion ocean, but I think we all know he's just an Abigail one trick.
Yeah, a champion ocean in a puddle, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, it is... I mean, he has a pretty good Darko. I think that guy's Darko definitely could be played if they wanted to.
Yeah, no, for sure. I like the Darko. I do not like the Kathy. The Galazor Kathy.
That is yeah. He's got hidden talent on that character. Let's keep it that way.
Yes, agreed.
But interesting pivot for Trigger. We see J-Tang on the Bianca, and if you know anything about J-Tang, this guy is posted many times about Bianca. This guy's not a fan.
No, he definitely not. So we'll see how this works out for the side of Trigger. It looks like they're going to be changing the style composition they're playing quite considerably here. This actually looks like a dive comp to me, if anything. So yeah, we'll see how this goes for them. Definitely not something that they're very well known for, playing something super dive heavy like this. But we'll see how it goes for them. But we do have our sails ready to go. What will it be, Lumi? Miki's Meteorites. Rah! I love Miki's Meteorites. Also, we had 2 tweets. I didn't even mention anything about the tweets, so that's my bad. But you guys, you know, pulled some weight. So shoutouts to the people at home tweeting out with hashtag ERCC 2026. They will be winning 300 of NNP, and you could too, as there's still another opportunity to take that home. So tweet out hashtag ERCC 2026.
Absolutely. Start working towards that tokens for that Eternal Wraith Bianca that J-Tang is not debuting. For shame. But, I mean, shout out. We saw some global viewers also tweet, and that's pretty awesome. You know, on the casting desk, we love our global representation. We love when South American and European players come over to play in our tournaments, but we also love our viewers that are dropping by from any walk of life and anywhere in the world. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, for sure. And it's kind of funny because it was the tweet was from a Japanese player, and I think the Japanese pro region had scrims today, funny enough. So that's something kind of interesting, fun little fact for those of you who may or may not follow other regions here. Deus, though, on the run as he gets polymorphed by cheerleading. Big double root, quadra root, really, if you think about it, from Deus XM, looking to get a little bit more poke, try and take those wild dogs away. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, J-Tang Fishy dueling it out. Steady shot comes through, but it's not going to find its mark. Silverfall on the other side, though. We'll put J-Tang in a pincer here. Carpet's going to knock him out of Sanctuary, out of circulation as well. And with that, Moonlit Black Cats are looking to secure a little more here as Silverpaw continues the chase. One more auto attack will do it. Yes, manages to find it, but has the play dead Harocked.
And it will be a break going over to Sky's the Limit, losing out against Frog Fighters. And in another triple range, well, I guess they weren't really playing true triple range because they had that Leon, but we do see Galazor taking count, landing that Smash into the rings. But after that, his Fate is kiting it out, going to use that execution technique to go back on into Galazor. Major count circulation is going to come out from J-Tang. And now we see the Reign of the Vampire Queen. Is he able to secure that kill? Yeah, he was. Okay. I was wondering if the kill went over to the third party coming in from Dr. Tickles and Fishy.
2v1 here. Holmy finds one. Can he find two? The parry comes through. Too fast to hit to create some distance. Goes back in with a little bit of sauce. FD good with the respawn. We'll be able to finish him off, but Holmy busting out some moves here. Playing his cooldowns perfectly.
Yeah, no, I mean, you love to see it. Definitely looking pretty clean on the Shui Lean, coming out of the bench and already making a pretty big splash in the lobby. FD Good is gonna use that Let's Have a Blast directly on top of Actor that is paid. Not very often you're seeing that center hit land on the back line, and we will see a full break going over to Trigger as the third party is coming in from Glorp 2, and now we do see Galazor taking count down on the ground. Now the re-engage is coming out from Dr. Tickles and Fishy. We do see the ultimate coming out from Holmy. Is going to land to... Okay! Holmy Nation! We are looking very prominent on the Shui lead. He's putting out a clinic.
Yeah, he's trying to get MVP or something right now with this performance. This guy is popping off. Look at him, finishes off Fishy. Just barely, by the way. Uses the parry to buy time for Too Fast to Hit. has a bunch of move speed to kite out Dr. Tickles here and just plays around his range and cooldowns perfectly. Really well done.
Yeah, and now we're going to see... Oh, Tide's also coming in for Sky's Limit. I don't know if we noted that one, but we are going to see the engage coming out from Red Flake. After that is paid, is able to kite that out. Ray of the Vampire Queen does come out. Nice little dodge. Oh my goodness, this guy is all over the screen as he then blinks to dodge out on the damage coming out from Tide's and Red Flake. Red Flake's going to use that owl attack onto Actor, finally landing on him. Speaks is going to blink on in onto Actor. Actor isn't going to be able to glide on that much longer. Dylan's going to use that double agent to try to get that taunt and peel for J-Tank a little longer, but won't be able to. But Dylan's no slouch on the Alex in the 1v1. Might be able to win out on this as Speaks is going to hop over that wall. It will be Speaks getting a little bit of priority on the tree, but the respawn timers are also in Sky's Limit's favor as we do see the F-stop coming out from Rizito to catch out the entire lineup of Majaba. Lots of good positioning coming out, but Keeper to the Sock has that Ghost Light ticking, so hasn't been able to rest yet. So the poke is reigning true for the lineup of Majaba, and Jignut Jorgensen's going to re-engage Rizito, blinking away from that knockup coming out from Jignut, as Deus is trying to get as much poke as possible with these flashes of condemnations, plus the backup from Zelius. Does Zelius have a Molotov cocktail? Nice flip onto Rizito. Gonna take Rizito down. This fight is going on for so long, as we do see Keeper of the Sock trying to return some damage. Is the Peacemaker available? Yes, it is. Can go for an aggressive play onto Deus here. Does also have the repulsor missiles available if he wants to use them. Keeper of the Sock getting kind of low, but he still has that Peacemaker. Doesn't pop it, and will go down, and now Cheerleading is forced to disengage.
Cheerleading actually forced to get third party here as Blast starts running forward here, looking for something, trying to set their sights towards this meteorite. Right and wise, going to take out Day 6M here and force the rest of the team here to retreat. It will be Blast taking the meteorite as Cheerleading weasels on by on the bottom side, and Mujaba goes back towards Alley.
Yeah, thank goodness you. I was starting to run out of breath after that fight because I was like,
yeah, you took like 3 fights in a row there. I was like, damn, he's still going. All right, take it, King. Like, I'll hold the crown while you just keep doing your thing. I'll put it back on your head when you're done.
Yeah, no, I was like, once you tagged it, I was like, thank goodness, okay, I can catch my breath again. Because that's the problem with these early game fights. There's just so many. So if you try to shoutcast all of them, you're just, you're really exercising the lungs.
I'm always an alley-oop away, man. All you gotta do is just give me a gap, and I'll take over the reins. But J-Tang getting circulation away here as Sky's the Limit continues his chase. Dylan looting a corpse on the bottom side. He's able to get out. They're gonna set their sights towards J-Tang here. A Red Flake may have an angle here. Does close the distance a little bit. Repulsor missile is gonna be used to keep J-Tang out of that point range. Should be pretty close to in range here. Another circulation comes through to establish more distance away from Red Flake. The chase still on. I mean, this is... Guys, at some point, we gotta either just let it go, right? J-Tang's actually just gonna hit the back, get himself some XP, and just give it up. Meanwhile, Dylan on the other side gets found out by Frog Fighters, so he's gonna take the White Lily to get over. So Trigger off tempo for this objective rotation.
Yeah, and that's kind of uncharacteristic for Trigger. They are, I think, some of the best teams in terms of just understanding how to route their farm into getting themselves in positions for an objective contest. But look at the control that Glorp 2 has. They are just making sure that the lineup of Moonlit Black Cats is taking as much timer to walk into this factory as possible. Look at Donut sitting on 6 seconds coming into the zone on day 2 as a great Spark Nade lands on Silverpot and Minha Yun. Minha Yun going for an aggressive play. But Homie kind of been waiting in the wings, waiting for the opportunity to go in. The Shueilin has to be really patient against his composition. Waits out his opportunity, is going to be able to take the down Donut, but now the third party comes in from Blast. Blast has just been so fortuitous with their third party timings this game.
Ooh, Redline's looking forward, looking for a little more here as he finds Homie off of that route. Really well done. So that Galazor's mage count. The last one left alive. He did take that Raven, so he sees Minhayan below him. Meanwhile, over in the Rift, Red Flake gonna lose out here. So with that, Fishy and FD Good will be able to secure the objective for the side of Team Uberman. Meanwhile, over in Forest, Moonlit Black Cats getting CCTVs. Gonna see all the hunts available here, so they'll be able to just sit in Forest, farm hunts, and rotate it into a forestry contest. So they'll be in pretty good standing here coming into day 3. Lumi still in credit mode here. with no objective nearby, this is really the best these two teams could ask for on each other. Internet Rap looking for an engagement. Instead, he's just going to eat a whole lot of punishment. Ghostlight getting tagged as well on his healing drone will reduce his healing drone healing. With that, Internet Rap not popped up on health yet as this Lumi heads in. And F-Stop does connect onto a stereo on the backside, but it doesn't matter. Keeper of the Sock gets absolutely blasted by Internet Rap and Right and Wise. So with that, they will take this meteorite over in Cemetery. And I believe Hospital just reopened here, so Mojaba will look to try and get in here, get CCTVs, and farm out this zone as all the hunts have respawned here.
Yeah, and I mean, lots of itemization going over to Blast. Blast sitting on that BF credit already, going over for Right and Wise. Internet Rap's gonna eat very good very soon. And I mean, I hope, you know, they stop routing this Blazing Dress. You know, if they're gonna get this guy this many bloods, you know, just route the neutral crop, you know, so you can get that prominence.
I think they weren't planning on 3 bloods going over to their Maya. Like,
well, I guess because the Felix can't really take the arm slot, right? I think is a big thing.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe route for a Burning Heart into like some other chest slot.
Yeah, that's probably the best, because if you end up in a situation where you get that, I mean, the Felix has to stay on the radar, right? You can't really.
Yeah.
There's no blood crit arm piece yet, and then get on that, you know. But
I'll talk to John Nimble about that.
Yeah, I'll make some calls, see what I can do for the ABC players.
Yeah, I got y'all. But Silver Paw is gonna get bursted here. Play dead activated, but it's not going to be enough. Gallows and Mage Count able to finish that off on the backside. Dona in a bit of trouble here as Sparknade connects. The root lands. Dona trying to pull himself away with the play with us, but it's not going to be enough. The damage just keeps on coming through from the Gallazors. Meanwhile, Big Nut in a bit of trouble here. Mispositioned as Deus and Exelius aren't able to follow up. Dylan, though, does get isolated on the backside, but he is the ever elusive Alex. And barely
the
Molotov will finish it off.
I think he went down even to the Hex coming out from the Moon, even if the Molotov didn't kill him. Just nice little poke. I mean, that's the Coraline advantage, right? She just hits you from so far away.
She does utilize 2 abilities to enable that range, but man, oh man, is that range ever dominant in neutral. Rift fight, absolutely. Potentially? Oh, it is.
Oh, it is.
And this one's playing for keeps.
The thing is, you really like the tight zone. If you are this lineup of Moonlit Black Cats, they had to play into the Barbara turrets. They had to play into the acceptance speech. Yeah, it's really hard.
So we'll see how Sky's the Limit tries to approach this. Speaks, tries to step up, but immediately gets warded off by Barbara here. Play with Us connects onto Tides. Poke damage is coming through. Tides actually just spamming his abilities on the turret to gain a shield before the context of the fight. Going in now, looking for Silverpaw, but he's going to blink out and find distance. They do find the first kill in the red flag. Silverpaw getting locked down a little bit by Speaks, but it's not going to be enough. It's just too hard to approach this lineup of Moonlit Black Cats in these circumstances.
Yeah, there will be a clean 3-0 going over to Moonlit Black Cats. I mean, Tides is just so outranged. I think in other matchups you could actually see a Vanya clutch, but not in this situation.
Yeah.
They are just so outranged on this Vanya against the lineup of Moonlit Black Cats. As a huge Spark made into Smash to Smithereens. Oh my goodness, this lineup just got absolutely annihilated while I'm yapping about the previous fight. Wow.
That's the combo potential. That can just happen, and we're going to catch another replay on that. Yeah, just wow. I mean, Homie baits it, gets them all grouped up, and just wow, triple spark nade, double flip. It's just lights out when that kind of thing connects on your team.
And especially against a triple range team, right? Like you're all glass cannons, so you really can't get got by that kind of situation, or you're just gonna lose the game. I mean, it feels so bad though, because it's like you're sitting pretty, and then suddenly the game is just over. Like.
Yeah, here you are. You think you have a little advantage state. You got Homie down on half health, so you're chasing down this Shulin, thinking all is well. And then all of a sudden, just the turn potential hits, and it can hit from so far away with Theodore, and Marcus too for that as well. Smash to Smithereens has quite a lot of range. So, yeah, really well done by Glorp 2 to turn that around. If every fight goes that way for them, then, yeah, they will win every lobby. But
Marcus flipped into the result screen is not a combo you want to see, but, you know, sometimes, you got a lot of distance on that one. You ended up in the next lobby.
Yeah. And for Theodore to root you on top of Smash to Smithereens makes it so hard to avoid, because the big weakness of Marcus with a raw Smash to Smithereens is they just blink away or they use some sort of mobility away from you, and then it's just shut down at that point. But if you can lock someone down on top of that field he deploys with Smash to Smithereens, it's going to be lights out after he gets a flip like that.
Absolutely. Very, very clean coming out from Glorp 2. And honestly, everybody on Glorp 2 is looking pretty clean this game. I mean, Homie's been putting out some star-studded performances in the early game. So definitely one of the teams to beat in this lobby.
Yeah, for sure. Having 12 points on the board right now, our current point leaders of this lobby definitely looking quite strong as our next rotation of objective spawns. Red Box going to be going over to Blast here. Let's see what they get. That is an arm slot. So,
a recaster curse to them.
You know, that really was just a caster curse.
They went Prominence. Or not Prominence, Fafnir in this game, at least. So
okay,
no double dipping.
Role, yeah. They might have realized they double dipped last game.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the. It's almost like
the end of the world.
It's
right,
first world problems for sure.
Yeah, yeah. First world problems. Trigger picking up Wickline here. Should be looking pretty good after that. Playing a little bit slower for game this time around, which isn't the worst, but be good. Finding an engage here. Basco in the mid-eye unit against the wall. He didn't get to do anything as the acceptance speech comes out. Silverpaw trying to kite this out as best he can, but it is still 3 versus 1. Dona on the backside, sneaking the revive. Will he be able to get it as Mojaba is around the corner? Meanwhile, down in forest, huge fight breaking out here. Right and Wise gets very low. Stereo trying to keep him up with the Faith Unwavering. Root connects on the internet wrap. He gets put into the wall as well, but with the catwalk, he's able to get back out and disengage this fight.
Honestly, considering the item disadvantage coming out from Glorp 2, well, maybe not actually that much of an item and disadvantage. I guess the Swayleen is the only one slightly under-itemized, but definitely not a bad fight to just be able to walk away with the reset. Silverpaw does get caught out by Jigna Jorgensen. Zelius very caught out, though, by Min Haiyun, and then going to get third-party. Dr. Tickle's going to just come in with that repulsor missiles into the glove skill and take him down. As Daze goes over the wall, I think, is that a blink commit? But goes over to get that res. And yeah, oh no, it wasn't. It was just usage of. Interesting.
Okay, that just wanted to.
Fueled by spite. Yeah, like, I mean.
So, Mobile VLS will be used to get the Mujaba's duo here out of dodge. Lumi should be, quite far. Actually, not that far. It's going to shoot out in towards Cemetery here, so they might be able to catch it as it comes in.
Maybe you path through Factory even? Yeah, because you...
Yeah,
I don't think
It's go through Factory into Cemetery here, right?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, you should probably try to catch it in Factory, because it's always kind of risky to take it in a zone that's open.
Yeah, for sure.
Very likely to... they'll line up a blast is going to see this. Lumi...
It's too late, though. The spacing's off.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. I think they could have gone over there pretty quickly with the Johan, but we do see the Reign of the Vampire Queen engage coming out. Dylan and Actor immediately following up, and that is the threat on that single target. Now, was that a blood that they were able to finesse themselves? Looks like it was a attack skill, right?
Right. It was in fact attack skill. So with that, Trigger heads in towards Pond. Oh, a little scary. The Spark Nade connects, but only on the dais, but it is enough to chunk him down to half. Jigna tries to re-engage for the team, but Glorp 2 more than willing to take the fight. As the third party comes in from Blast, they're going to set their sights to Deus here, and now try to take the fight towards the backside here. Mage account goes down, Holby goes down as well. Glorp 2 limping away with just Galazor's tank account. Mojaba gonna spot him out as a solo, but they don't know he's alone entirely here, as They look for the revive on the Deus. Jignut able to secure this. Deus gets put back up on his feet after getting third-partied. Blast not able to find his corpse.
And Gals are taking out, probably waiting for Lumi to get in a more opportune spot to try to get this revive. They do have the credits across Glorp 2 as the fight breaks out between Trigger and the lineup of Team Uberman, but I think the itemization advantage is very, very prominent for Trigger with that Wicked Line online for themselves as well. So it will be a pretty clean fight going over to Trigger. Galzor tank account trying to path over. Do you have a safety to wait? Because you definitely don't want to catch it at the end of Fire Station. You should almost guarantee know there's a team here. They will get the day swap. They can't really dodge out on the vision here, and I think Trigger will get alerted to this as soon as they see this Lumi stop. But gonna take it in a safety. But Trigger already alerted to this. They have a pretty good team at stopping this with the EMP barrage and the Reign of the Vampire Queen. Galzor tank account has to go in, not enough timer, and then dirty Reign of the Vampire Queen coming out from the likes of J-Tang. And that will be not curtains yet for Glorp 2, but I mean, it's gonna be really hard. Yeah, it's super rough.
I mean, he has 2 seconds of timer, so grabbing Lumi and Red is no longer an option. And these zones are closing. It's going to pop out back into Cemetery once more, but Blast is there. The information that there is one injured team is public. Oh, my goodness. That engage was crazy. Trigger getting caught slipping. They had vision of Fire Station, but they didn't realize that Mojaba had snuck their way in through the shadows and found their way into this bush. Oh, man, Trigger. It's very rare to see them get caught with their pants down like that, but Mojaba making it happen.
Yeah, Deus XM looking like Deus Exponential with all these quadra roots, so we'll see it come out again right here, right? A huge catch out, double root onto the lineup, and then that immediate follow-up from Jigna. I mean, they just couldn't, the burst was so prominent, they didn't have any time to react.
Yeah, like...
no, wait, we're sending totem, right? Okay, thank goodness. I saw the graphite, I got nervous. I thought we were seeing a day 6 totem.
That's not I could see Deus do something like that, but like, nah, man. Like,
no, that gave me a bit of a jump scare though, because I saw the graphite and Mithril in the inventory. Thank goodness I saw that watch get called in. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like, if anybody I could see doing that that's playing on the stage today, it would be Deus. Funny enough. But, no, he's unfortunately, that is not the case. That's funny that you saw the graphite and lost your mind. But yeah,
I mean that is if I saw that in solo queue, I'd see that in like slow motion, you know, like, yeah. And then like the relief that goes over my head when I see the Tinlos Monarch, you know, like I wipe the sweat off my brow.
So the fight will break out at some point here as Blast, they're gonna have a hard time pushing through any corridor here. Zelius will make their lives quite difficult. Vision is very low here too. Internet Rap trying to send something a little bit on the blind side here. Taking a lot of damage from Deus and Zelius on the backside while Jignut holds off Right and Wise. Good knockback from Jignut to delay Right and Wise on the backside of Stereo. Forced to, Right and Wise looking for an angle onto Deus. Does find something. The engage looking pretty good. Another catwalk coming through. Zelius forced to blink away after the fire escape while Jignut holds down the front line. And Right and Wise gets taken down first here from the Molotov of Zelius on the backside, who's able to still contribute to this fight from so far away as Adriana. And with the main damage taken out, our Super Soldier of Blast has gone down, and the rest will be easy pickings for the side of Mojaba, who will take our third lobby.
Yeah, super clean from the entire lineup, right? I mean, Deus kited it pretty expertly, and then Jignut really kind of doing what Actor did in that last game, right? And just like willing to take the duel, and just, if you can see the Felix, he can't crescent wave your autos, you know, like that's your in, right? And he was able to get that stun into the wall and pretty expertly kited from the lineup of Mojaba in a much needed win, right? They were looking a little low on the scoreboard, so it's definitely going to switch things up for the entire lobby.
Yeah, Mojaba had some rough lobbies within our first 2 lobbies here, so this is exactly what they needed. And, you know, I was looking at the scoreboard and I saw Mojaba, I think, in 7th place coming out of round 2, and I was thinking, like, man, like, the roster on this team certainly has the potential to make big plays and make a lot of points in a round. but they're just not clicking. So it's really good to see that they clicked in this lobby. Perhaps the first 2 rounds they were playing one of their weaker compositions.
Yeah, and I mean, again, when you get a win like this, it does kind of also spell good for the rest of the lobby because you get a little bit of momentum, right? Like if you have some bad games, the morale can dip, and then you start making mistakes, and you also get a lot of pressure on you. And the more the more you're forced to make things happen, the more mistakes will happen, right? That's just the inevitability of any competitive environment. So having this win to alleviate some of the stress of trying to make it out, because their goal is just 4th, right? I mean, 1st through 4th, it's good to like see how you're stacking up against the lobby, but you just need to make it out. You don't need to win the lobby as long as you're making it to that grand finals.
Yeah, for sure. And we will be able to look at everything once again on the replay here. Yeah, any of these corridors are just really hard to push through. Even when they're mispositioned like this, Adriana can drop a Molotov with an oil slick anywhere at any time. But, and look at this from Internet. They don't have any vision. They have no idea where these mages are on the backside. And he just sends it, trying to find literally anything. The catwalk does go wide, so the backside of Zelius and Deus are able to cut it out. And look at that knockback from Jignut. Able to push Asterio and Right and Wise back, even during the Soul Stealer here. He does find an in onto Deus, but it's just too hard to hit these backliners. They just keep moving away. This fight may have been totally different had Zelius gone down there, but he doesn't. And he's still able to keep contributing to the fight.
Yeah, some great peel coming out from Jignut that kind of set up Deus to be able to land those Shackles of Sins as well. So really, really clean, as we do have these scores for y'all at the end of this replay. Just going to clean it up, though. Once Right and Wise goes down, it's just a matter of time for this lineup, right? Like, they don't actually have any kind of real damage, as we do see Trigger in 1st place with 69 points, Glorp 2 in 2nd place with 47, Team Uberman not trailing too far behind in 3rd with 45 points. Mudjaba making a comeback in 4th place with 32.5. Blast in 5th place with 30.5. Moonlit Black Cats in 6th with 23 points. Frog Fighters in 7th with 22 points. And Sky's the Limit in 8th with 11.5 points. So definitely gonna be a race for this 4th slot. I think the 1 through 3rd, unless one of them eats like an 8th, they're just gonna keep that 12.5. Like 12.5 is a pretty sizable point lead to start out with, and then you can just increase that lead with a game.
It's hard to say because we still have 3 more games. We're only halfway through our series, right? So a lot can change. And you got to think contextually too, because it's ERCC, because you're forced to play multiple compositions. These lobbies can change really wildly. Teams that are really succeeding hard right now can start to show signs of weakness in rounds 5 and 6. I mean, rounds 1 and 2, we saw Trigger absolutely dominate, right? And then this last lobby, Trigger wasn't even in the top 2. So things can change very quickly just because of the nature of the event. So. I think Trigger's probably pretty safe with where they are point-wise and 3 more games to go. But I think everyone below Trigger, honestly, is still at risk. Even Glorp 2 sitting at 47 points. I mean, I could see Moonlit Black Cats and Blast catch all the way back up if Glorp 2 has some poor performances in these coming lobbies.
Yeah, I think it really just comes down to, are you playing just consistent? Because when you have that kind of lead, it's just about consistency. And when I look at those top 3 teams, they do have pretty big character pools. So unless they have a little too much fun, I think they'll be fine. Because Trigger, Glorp 2, and I believe it was Team Uberman, like all these lineups, they're not going to be as hurt for team composition going
to the format.
In games 5 and 6, right? But I mean, some of these teams that are playing for maybe 3rd and maybe 4th that are on the bottom half of the leaderboard, it can get a little dicey, right? Because how many compositions have you actually rehearsed to, and how confident are you in playing those off comps to make up a deficit?
We do have Lumi selling some goodies once again. Wow, double tree and the double meteorite. That is crazy. That's some wild stuff right there. You know what else? Some wild stuff. 300 of NNP that you can win by tweeting out hashtag ERCC 2026. It's free real estate. You just gotta have your Twitter DMs open, and you just gotta tweet out hashtag ERCC 2026. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're thinking about the games. If you think, I don't know, Mojibo's gonna fall out of the top 4, give us your predictions. Whatever you want to tweet out, tweet it out with hashtag ERCC 2026, and you could have a chance at winning 300 of NMP.
You know, it is sad to see that no matter what lineup Jigna ends up on,
he's on frontline duty.
He's on frontline duty.
Like, it's never Camilla Super Soldier. It's always frontline duties. It's sad. It's real sad.
You know, like I was just looking at him go over to Alonso. I'm like, you know, some things never change. You know.
No, it's just like it's not right. It doesn't look right to me. But you know, to a lot of other people, this looks like he's at home. It's like, oh, he's Jigna on the front lines. Like that's one of the better frontliners in North America, man. Nah, they don't remember. They don't know the real Jigna. They don't know the real menace of Camillo.
Yeah, he's just a Leon Marcus merchant to the viewers at home.
Yeah. Yeah, Leon Marcus. It's true though. Oh, the cheerleading Fioras come out to play. Okay. See if actors got the moves here to. I've seen worse from Fioras on the big screen, but I've certainly seen better.
We're seeing for maybe
I've
the same
certainly seen
Fiora
better
on
as
the
well.
I mean, that's a rough matchup. Tsubame is very hard.
Yeah, very, very elusive character. Very difficult to hit with these skill shots. J-Tang gonna get a final craft off before he goes down. With that, Frog Fighters set their sights towards farming out Barge as Zelius goes down as well. Trigger trying to take down Tides here. They should be able to do so as the respawn comes through for them as well. So the menace of Vanya will be slain. But the Frog Fighters are still in the area, and they should see these pings. Look at them. They're starting to triangulate on this. Vegito going to get caught out here. Go down pretty quickly as J-Tang is also very low. Keeper the sock. Able to tweet. Okay, good. Tweet.
Oh, don't let it happen to you. Don't let it happen to you. No, but the thing, I know cheerleading. This is.
Tweet.
Oh no.
Tweet. No, man.
Cheerleading will never back down from a fight. You know, I respect that. You know, at the cost of all their honor. You know, which has been lost, maybe. They will commit.
Was certainly lost.
And if I know anything, we will be seeing a replay in about 10 seconds. But oh wait, no. Get yours.
Vengeance,
No. Oh, brother. Okay. No. Okay. Got his.
We're back. Oh man, that. Oh.
I mean, lost the battle, but look who's braked right now. Won the war.
Real. That was tough. Oh, Aura, holy.
I mean, I'm like, you know, that's why. I mean, cheerleading on top. That's all I got to say. But we do see Internet Rap and Asterio versus FD Good and Fishy. But this Sniper Aya is actually doing a lot of work onto this Nikki, as we do see the re-engage coming out. Guard in reverse does cancel out on that blank cartridge, though, and was able to make a lot of space. Now we do see Right and Wise spawning in for the potential. No, will not be able to trade out on it. And we do see FD Good actually cashing out onto Internet Rap. Internet Rap, we're going to try to use that Pure Rage uppercut to, buy a little more time, but unfortunately will be going down. As we do see cheerleading, okay. I mean, this might be my favorite minigame so far. It's just watching the Fiora skill shots. But he's landing it. He's landed. And he's out. And he's out. Unlucky. But we do see the engage coming out from Speaks. Nice little double knockup, actually, as Keeper of the Sock is going to do a lot of damage, but isn't enough to sustain through Red Flake and Tides X coming on in to clean up on that fight.
2 teams on break on objective rotation. This is, I don't know what to call it, but it's certainly something. Deus got jumped. He didn't even know what just happened to him. But this jump play will work out for Team Uberman as they secure this meteorite. No other teams able to contest here. Dona is going to see Deus' corpse explode. He's going to have a respawn go right on his head from right and wide. What is he doing here? Like, he's in the wrong part of town, Dona. Okay. But Big damage from Zelius on the side. Blast Wave does go a little wide, but Dr. Tickle's still in the chase, but Speaks will actually get the kill. Why is Speaks here? Why is there a bunch of solos on the bottom side of the map just running around? What's going on?
And Zeno was playing a horror game as a last survivor of Frog Fighters. This guy's just trying to find his way. I mean, if he had Nimrod gated into Doc, it might have just been a very early terminate going over to the lineup of Frog Fighters. But nice little pull pull into the Nunchaku skill actually. Speaks getting a little bit of a CC chain. Tytex going very deep on in to the lineup of Team Uberman, but doesn't look like the punish is actually going to come through, and it's actually going to be the lineup of Sky's the Limit winning out on that fight.
Yeah, wow, really well done by them in the chase. Still on for Dr. Pickles. Dr. Tickles.
I'm a man of many names, many professions, you know?
He's done many things. He's gone by many names, and they all rhyme with Tickles. He's going to be able to stay alive long enough for his team to respawn, fortunately. So, yeah, Team Uberman will be okay for the time being as they decide where to go next. Glorp 2 finding their way to kills, and Collins as well. They got lots of credits to do so well before objective rotation happens. Dr. Tickle's still on the run here. He's been on the run for a long time, but with this Semtex connecting, he should be taken down here. Unless he can make it to the White Lily, but no, it's not going to happen.
From PhD to RIP, you know? Many different acronyms.
That was pretty good. I like that one.
We are going to see Trigger kind of spread out on the map right now. Maybe potentially looking to see if this hotel box was free, but we'll just path over to that zone. I think they do pretty well in a Rift zone, if I do have to say so. They have the EMP drone, the Reign of the Vampire Queen, in a very tight crevice like that. Oh my goodness, look at this fight coming out from the lineup of Glorp 2 and Blast, but it does look like Homie is going to go down very quickly. Galzor Mage Account is going to have to disengage as Galzor Tick Account tries to get his, does not end up, or is not able to return a kill rather, and Cheerleading goes down. Still not on any itemization is Cheerleading. Keeper of the Sock and Rosito were able to get some calls for themselves though.
Yeah, very interesting that he has not called in when his team has. Certainly a little bit strange, but in the Rift, with Black Cats versus Mujaba here, Silver Paw on the side, trying to find some sort of side angle. Good grenade from Minhai. With that, the team's able to clean it up. Take out Zelius first. Good target selection as Jigna is forced to back up with Deus. Full reset's going to happen, but it's down to a 2v3 now. Moonlit Black Cat should be able to wrap this up, no problem. As Jigna tries to step forward, just gets blasted for it. Deus will be soon to follow here. Moonlit Black Cats winning the Rift very handedly.
And we are going to see a decent amount of itemization on this lineup already, right? And if a triple range team composition is... Donut actually spawning directly on Zelly is going to be able to take him down. But Deus should have some free information on what objective they can get pretty safely. Unless there's nothing in the hotel. It didn't look like there was anything in the hotel, though.
No, I didn't see anything, so we'll see what happens with that. But Jignut will get taken down promptly. Deus, the last one left alive for Mujaba. While up in archery range, Dr. Pickles a little bit split here. Cheerleading's didn't recognize it. Try to finish him off. FB Good comes over the wall.
Oh my!
With that fishy, and Dr. Tickles blow up. Keeper of the Sock, Cheerleading on the side, gonna get taken out by FB Good, and that's actually gonna be the Frog Fighters terminated.
Yeah, I mean, that turn from Dr. Tickles on to Keeper of the Sock was... I don't think they realized how much burst damage this Fenrir had. You're gonna see it once the pull connects. It's just an immediate, like, basically one-shot coming out from Fishy. Yeah, ooh, with the follow-up from the Blink Cartridge. I didn't even see the Blink Cartridge also land, so there's so much damage so quickly.
Yeah. Damage and lockdown in spades to make it happen. Sky's the limit on the bottom side of the map. Just farming up, doing their thing, taking it nice and slow right now. They do have decent itemization online. Looking at about 3 items apiece between Tidelex and Red Flake. Speaks with the item of his own. Actors here sitting at 4 items online as well. Waiting for the security box, which it looks like Dylan's rotating around to grab. Mujaba sitting here, looking a little bit on the weak side. All of the members only have 1 transition online right now. We'll see how they perhaps mount a comeback With Black Cat's gonna spot out Team Uberman here. Dona poking around with Wilson. Not able to find too much though.
And we are going to see 3 teams converging on this hotel, and a nice little nade coming out from Min Hao Yun. Lots of damage. Oh my goodness, fishy, fishy, bye-bye, buddy. As we do see that Aya getting taken down from the follow-up coming out from Donut. But Min Hao Yun been landing some pretty nice nades for this lineup of Team Black Cats. Really just starting off a lot of these fights. And the thing is, the fights kind of end before they start if the Barber nade lands on the right backliner, right? Because they just kind of get 100 to 0. You know, any follow-up from the Wilson or the free at last, and they're just dead. As J-Tank is going to use that Reign of the Vampire Queen to take out Galzor major count, and it looks like Galzor taking count is down too. Homie's going to use that Striking Tiger to try to escape, but oh my goodness, is Dylan good at chasing on this Alex. This Alex's character is so mobile, but Homie is trying his best. Does have the switch strides for a little extra movement speed to get, maybe, possibly close that gap. Oh my goodness, immediate finesse on the Rift.
Huge.
Very, very clean,
wow.
Homie.
And will there be another team on the other side? Doesn't look like it so far. Will Glorp 2 get a little bit lucky? Full revives on rotation after a fight into a free rift? Yes, please. Yeah, look at the map. The other rift was in hotel. Nobody there at all. So they're going to be able to secure this all in well.
Good heads-up play and padding. Somebody probably calmed that there was ability to go for that. Luckily, it was the Subame that was closest, right? So no ability for actor that is paid to cancel out on that rift channel.
Yeah, they had no means of interruption. They didn't have enough damage to finish him off before he could get in. So yeah, able to get in all in well. Sky's the limit. Going over towards Cemetery here. Red Box coming through for Blast. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Oh, Galvin taking out with the angle to Red Flake, but he does manage to get out. But Red Flake is so far out of this fight that they now turn towards Speaks and Tides, who are actually cleaning up a little bit. Vanya, oh. And the third party's coming through from Blast now on the tail end of this, right? And Wise get tagged by his Semtex. Yeah, it looked good for Glorp initially, and then you realize the Vanya isn't taking damage. They tried to get Red Flake, but he survived. Yeah, the target was Red Flake initially, but he managed to get out with camouflage, and once that happened, I thought, oh, well, you know, Red Flake's so far out of the fight that they don't have their main DPS. Oh, they don't really need it. They got a Vanya.
But we will see, I mean, even the lineup of... Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a rough matchup for the lineup of Blast, too, right? The Vanya does get so much value against these melee compositions, as we do see Dreams of the Butterfly coming out, getting that Drowsy onto Internet Wrap, and Tides X is just going crazy in these fights, as Red Flake is going to be able to trade up. Yeah, I mean, what can they do?
There's no other direction for Tides here. He holds forward and forges onward as he keeps ripping through people here. Sky's the limit, winning back-to-back fights down in Cemetery as Trigger is now on the run. Actor on the ground means that J-Tang's gonna be looking for the revive here. Does manage to get it. They do have enough call-in of blood as well. And there's a box above them. They're gonna scout that out with a recon, spot out Team Uberman. So they're gonna say, okay, well, scrap the box. We're still kind of limping from our last fight here. Let's just reestablish ourselves, get this blood call-in off, get everything back to where it needs to be. I believe J-Tang just took the blood. Yes, he did. So we'll be going over towards
Necronomicon? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, you need that burst damage, and what better stat to do it than high AP and armor pen?
Absolutely. Lots of skill. I mean, to be honest, the difference between Necronomicon and Dragon Skill is pretty minuscule, though. So yeah. I don't love Necronomicon as your blood call-in. It's more like a luxury thing if you get the blood arm. I think the Eldian Boots or Actor actually might have been better. Or even Chinese Aftermath. But we do see the engage coming out from Min Hao Yun, but I mean, was not ready, I think, for the amount of return damage that this lineup of Trigger can offer.
And while on the other side of the map in Cemetery, Stereo getting dropped low, does find the stun on the speed, so Stereo able to reestablish distance, but Rack will be the first one to go on the ground here as Wise tries to scrap it out. Kenneth does have the potential to carry through this fight. Can you take out Tides? Yes, before the shielding can come through on the corpse, they do manage to finish off Tides. So with that, sky's the limit. We'll be walking away from the fight as Blast wins out.
Yeah, a pretty big fight for Blast to win because it's not really the most favorable matchup, honestly.
No.
If Tides X is able to kind of stay ramped throughout the fight and not take too much burst damage, they will just run over the fight on the Vanya against this double melee core that Blast offers. But I think the Nova Shield is online, which is a decent amount of defense, and that heal cut for that Kenneth. So definitely very strong is Right and Wise on this Kenneth.
Yeah, and that fight actually got them Wickline as well. The winner of that fight was getting Wick, so Right and Wise now has Red Shoes online. That much more damage, that much more sustain available for this Kenneth. And their credit score looks pretty good too. I mean, they're getting close to calling in another blood here. They've got some small calls to kind of top off some builds as well. So yeah, Blast sitting in a pretty good situation right now as the rest of the map is on the complete opposite side. Blast actually going to be fighting again with Sky's the Limit. This time, they have a bit more strength with this Wickline secured and the items they got from it. Perhaps Sky's the Limit recognizing, hey, you know what, this is the Wick team. We just lost the fight against these guys. Let's try and look for a better angle here. And they try to send it on and smash Smithereens, but it's not going to find its mark. Right and Wide is going to take the Nimrod's Gates. Red Flake on the backside gets Pure Range Uppercut into a stun, but the sleep is good from Tides to try and peel it off. Red Flake manages to survive. Stereo now on the backside starts to get focused down, and the run back fight goes well for Sky's the Limit. He nailed it right on the head. This is a bad matchup for them, especially if they can't take out Red Flake promptly. His damage will matter in a fight.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, you can only really deal with Tides X if there isn't that constant damage threat coming out from the ISO, right? But if you have both the damage threats, the Vanya is not going down quickly enough, and you end up overextending so far to take down the ISO that you're just taking so much rammed AR autos. It's just very, very rough if you're not immediately blowing up this ISO.
Yeah, 100%. Trigger sitting here waiting, I believe, for the zone to reopen here above them in Police Station as Bori gets taken here. They're actually going to try and fight over this Bori here. EMP Barrage goes down, but J-Tank gets interrupted out of his circulation. They do manage to take out Silverpaw, though, so Play Dead has been activated. Dona taking a lot of damage trying to extend back to look for more. Oh my goodness! Huge third party coming through for Mojabo. They find 2 kills, looking for the third onto J-Tang. Oh my, I thought that was going to be the first time I saw someone die to Ballistic Advantage. But no, J-Tang managing to not get hit by that third hit.
You gotta lock in to avoid ending up on the Eternal Return Game YouTube highlight channel. You know, you drop a sub. But when you land that many Ballistic Advantages, it ends up, you know, a little clipped and shipped, and J-Tank is no stranger to getting clipped and shipped on, so.
Absolutely not. Sadly. Fortunately, the amount of times he's been clipped and shipped has made him quite resilient, so there is that. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, though, Blast in trouble once again if they can't take out this Vanya. They did manage to get Red Flake this time around, but as we said before, this Vanya is a problem. Look at the shield on Tide's head. He's just not killable when he keeps providing that much shielding to himself. He's going to fly on in and finish off the Stereo. Blast getting wiped by Sky's the Limit, who's having a huge pop-off game, a much-needed one, as they are currently sitting in 8th place on our leaderboard.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. I mean, this Vanya pick is doing really well in this lobby. I'm a Vanya doubter, but in this situation, oh, never mind. Minha gonna be able to get another catch on Zelius, and Zelius goes down. That's what I was talking about, right? The follow-up is just, you just lose the fight before it starts, right? And you're gonna try to reset, use that protocol violation, but just the grenade into the free at last, and that's gonna be Zelius just down for the count.
It's so hard to stop the follow-up, too, because free at last is zone-wide. No matter where this Sissela is, she can always, at the very least, cast that. And Jenny, you can't really punish her due to Play Dead. If she's going to get her damage out and go down as a 1-for-1, she's going to get back up. Your teammate is not. So yeah, the Moonlit Black Cat's composition is very fatal if that grenade connects. That's the big if. It's just a raw grenade coming out from this Barbara. But if Min Hai Yun's hitting them good, they will finish off their targets from pretty much anywhere.
And I mean, it's so rough for the lineup of Mojaba to walk back in to the control that Trigger has, and now the third party, and they're just caught between the worst positioning possible, caught between Sky's the Limit and the lineup of Trigger. And now, does Oh, I don't know if you want to overheat here, Speaks. You are down a decent amount of cooldowns. I think they just take their third-party win and, you know, take control of this stream plus cemetery area. A Silverpaw is going to use that acceptance speech to kite back. The ultimate is coming out from Dr. Tickles, but Dr. Tickles takes so much damage on the way over. Fear does come out. Fishy Fishy lenses so much damage onto Silverpaw and Min Ha Yun. Min Ha Yun already going down. Silverpaw taken into the play dead. Fishy Fishy is still ramping up, and honestly, the last or the damage coming out from the Fenrir passive wasn't even that bad either onto Dona. Gets a lot of damage. Fishy Fishy gonna try to space it out, and we do see FD Good taking down Dona on the back end of that, and now it's Silverpaw versus the world. Without the play dead, I don't know if Silverpaw really has that good of an opportunity, and it's going to be winning out in the auto trade. But I think Fishy Fishy was able to revive Dr. Tickles, so Fishy Fishy with one more shot of with any extra damage coming out with that range on the Q, we'll be able to take that down. But now they hit the lock-in trigger. Do they have their tactical skill cooldowns? Yes, the blink is available for Fishy Fishy. Everything is up. So it will be a pretty honest fight between Trigger and the lineup of Team Uberman.
See how this goes for Team Uberman. Approaching is not going to be the easiest, especially against a composition like Trigger. Walking into them is going to be very difficult when they're the ones that are going to want to dive onto your backside. You can already see the MP barrage come through. Dylan looking for a taunt, but doesn't connect onto FD Good. Good leaves the Punisher to get out. Dr. Tickles finding some damage. Reign of the Vampire Queen goes a little bit wide, but does find the root onto FD Good, so Actor's going to try and finish him off on the backside. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, Dylan's going to go down here first. Uses a two-handed parry, trying to get towards Fishy Fishy. It's going to be a 1-for-1 on each side. J-Tang stepping forward to stop the ballistic advantage. Good respect from Fishy Fishy, canceling it out. Fatal Bite comes through on the Actor. Can Dr. Tickles finish him off? Yes, he does, with no problems at all. J-Tang finds his one, but this Fenrir is just too healthy. Team Uberman will win out on this fight to face off against Sky's the Limit in the Chronosphere towards Pond here, where Sky's the Limit already is taking a mobile VLS in to get control.
Now, this is another rough matchup for at least the front line, but Fishy Fishy greatly outranges Tides X and Red Flake, so this Sniper Aya is really going to be this X factor for the lineup with Team Uberman. And the neutral is going to be really hard unless they force the fight a little too hard. But Tides X dashing on in doesn't actually end up taking this, but it's taking so much damage. This is the problem, is if you don't end up kiting them out, you're just going to end up taking so much burst damage from this lineup. Red Flake's trying to kite out the entire lineup, but takes way too much damage from FD Good on the back end of it. And now Speaks is going to try to clean up on Fishy Fishy, but eventually the dash will be available and they will be able to kite that out with a steady shot. But actually ends up taking down one more, but that should be the end of the fight. Tides X going down a little too early into the fight from the burst damage of this front line from Team Uberman.
Now, I'm not sure if this happened, but it's something worth mentioning. We'll see on the replay, but Piolo is a bit of a problem for Vanya. His figure 8 actually just deletes the butterfly so she can't recatch it and puts it on a full cooldown, which really, really, really hurts her shielding potential against a bunch of these melees. So we'll see on the replay if that's what happened. Speaks trying his best here, but the damage is just not going to happen. Still 2v1 at the end of the day. Actually, wait, Speaks kind of cooking Dr. Tickles right now, but yeah, it's still 2v1. But yeah, I'll have to see on the replay if that's what happened for sure, because Tides went in and just it didn't really look like he was getting much shielding. So I don't know if his butterfly got deleted by figure 8. We'll see on the replay. It'll be kind of interesting to look at, but yeah, that is something that can definitely hamper Vanya's potential in a fight against a bunch of melees, specifically Piolo.
Yeah, and Team Uberman showing that the ping div don't matter. You know, EU on top in lobby 4. I mean, our global representatives have been showing up as of late. You know, they're taking lobbies and they're taking names for sure. Really well played by Team Uberman. And I think a lot of those matchups weren't easy, right? And I think a lot of it was also, I mean, Dr. Tickles was connecting a lot of those pulls on the Fenrir. And the Fatal Bite dive onto Actor in that temporary zone fight. I didn't think he would just straight up win the 1v1 against the Tsubame, but he did. And that pretty much spelled doom for Trigger too. So really, really well played by Team Uberman.
Yeah, I saw the Fatal Bite and I was like, I don't know. I've seen Vanya dart and weave around a lot of melees in my day, but it worked out. Yeah, so really well done by them. And we'll be able to look back on everything in the replay here and see exactly what happened. I want to see, watch Tides' Q. Does it get deleted by Piolo at any point here? That is something I really want to try and keep an eye on, because that is definitely a pain point for Vanya. No, it didn't. Okay, so it just...
I think Tides actually missed the catch on it.
I just missed the catch on it, yeah. I thought it got deleted because I was like, wait, Tides suddenly isn't, like, queuing. What's going on? So that's what happened. He just didn't get the catch on it. Okay.
And yeah, after that, it kind of just spells you. I think they're also... I mean, it's hard, right? Because I think they lose neutral just because of the sniper eye range, but I feel like they played in a corridor that I think really Piolo gets a lot of value in.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's so much AoE coming out from the Piolo in that specific crevice of spawn, so it's just a rough matchup for... It's a rough matchup even though you're against double melee, right? Just because of the range advantage that Fishy is offering. But super clean on Team Luberman to win out on the back end of that fight. Speaks did the best he could. You know, he picked up 2 more extra kills for them. And that was a pretty big pop-off game, even despite not winning for Sky's the Limit. So definitely should change up our standings just a little bit.
I think they both had the same amount of points at the end of the game, funny enough, between Team Uberman and Sky's the Limit. So that's just a testament to just how successful of a game that was for Sky's the Limit. Both of these teams definitely need points. Team Uberman, they're sitting at 4th, I think it was.
They're sitting at 3rd, I believe. So they just pretty much secured
they'll be sitting in a very
pretty hard lead, yeah. And we do have the scores for you, so I'll read them off for y'all, as we do have Trigger in first place with 87.5. Team Uberman second place with 73.5, huge swing. Glorp 2 in 3rd place with 52.5. Blast in 4th place with 42.5. Mujaba in 5th place with 41. Sky's the Limit making a huge comeback with 40 points. Moonlit Black Cats with 39.5 and Frog Fighters with 25. Once we come back from this Game 4 break, you got to tune in because this 4th place is so contentious. Only 2.5 separating 4th and 6th place. Actually, 3 points separating 4th and 7th. So it is going to be a fight to the death for this 4th spot.
100 years. A brief period, yet utterly tedious. Answer my summons. The Wraith of Wraiths shall come to you. My loyal subject. After an eternity, I have finally descended upon this realm. Yes, my kin. It has been far too long. You are a commendable member of my kin. Hand over that soul of yours. I bestow upon you eternal rest. Well. Now, let us enjoy our victory.
Knock, knock. Your personal hell has arrived. Chaos, destruction, and, What was it again? Only two choices here. Die or kill. You better watch your step. As you can see, we have a lot of eyes watching you. The real thrill comes right before pulling the trigger. Let's test your worth. Ready to pull the trigger? Whoa, calm down there, pal. You can't beat someone who's actually having fun. A life you didn't earn. Now we're taking it back. Nothing more beautiful than a muzzle flash. No one this time either, huh? Shame. Yeah, the next wielder should be that one right there.
Alright, time to show them the real meaning of archery. Pinpoint precision.
Is there any places where I can set up my instruments? Let's go with confidence.
Heh, not a surprising result. It was all tactics.
I can feel the power of music.
The truth will be revealed. I never let my guard down.
My concert will never end. Leave your body to the music. Now to the main stage.
Years.
Hope you enjoyed your break, but we are back with our last two games of the series. It's been an absolute banger, and as we mentioned right before we went on break, it is very close for that fourth place.
Yeah, fourth place, super contentious. I mean, really, nobody's sit. Well, I'd say Team Uberman and Trigger are sitting pretty comfortably. Corp 2, even they're not safe right now. I'd say 3rd through 7th is pretty contentious. Frog Fighters might be out of the running, but then again, we just saw Sky's the Limit sitting in 8th place shoot up all the way to a position where they could make it into Grand Finals. So really, anything could happen still.
Yeah, the X factor of Tyzek subbing in on that Vanya gave them the banger they needed to catch back up.
Coming in now, more bans have been placed on more teams here. Trigger will be going to their patented Dylan Rio J-Tang Sisela combination. Actor actually opting to go towards Charlotte. Pretty interesting. We'll see how that works out for them.
You know, I feel like we hype up Striker and Nazemi a lot because they are the GOAT flex players, but I think Actor is definitely up in that echelon of just like absolutely cracked flex player that just can play any role that the team needs.
Yeah, no, Actor definitely started becoming a flex. Because think of way back in the day, way back. Actor was a Rozzy one-trick. Way once upon a time. Now, I think of Actor, I don't even think of Rozzy. I just think of this flex player. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, super good team player. I mean, if you want to go even further back, I am one trick, but
That's right, actually, he was an Aya one trick. Oh my goodness.
And Silverpaw debuted the Craver, by the way, which is pretty exciting. I mean, I'm a big fan of this character. This is the I haven't been doing too great on him, but this is definitely my favorite character to play right now. He's just so fun. Or they, because it's the pistol. It's a pistol.
Mm-hmm. But we'll have to see what is on sale from our good friend Lumi here. And now it's Mithril. We've moved up the food chain. We started with trees, then we get double meteorite. Now surely it's Mithril into Fourscore. Yeah, calling it. It's my bet.
Yeah, and definitely some spicy comps coming out. We are seeing Right and Wise on that Blair. I was expecting to see this come out a little earlier, to be honest, but good to see it finally come out. Is it internet rap or is it Wokes on the Sylvia? You know, I actually, yeah, okay, it is internet rap. So, you know, Wokes MIA.
Yeah, I think Wokes is still asleep. If I were to,
guess, but
I don't know for sure. But if I were a betting man,
that's really weird that production is hovering over Galazar Mage account, because that's Galazar
yeah, that's
playing
very
with his feet.
strange. Like, because that's
Galazar playing with his feet. You know, he's playing with his nose, feet, and hands, and that makes up the that makes up the lineup of Glorb 2.
He's only able to play on 3 accounts at once when he's playing Abigail, because he doesn't even need his hands or feet to play Abigail.
He actually uses an eye tracker. He's just so synced with the character. As we do see Cheerleading try to take a little fight with Fishy Fishy, but does he know that the cavalry backup of FD Good is waiting in the wings? Well, now he does.
Cheerleading, looking at FD Good here. Can you find the stun? Yes. Denies the White Lily as well. Takes it away from FD Good. But he's just going to use the Spirited Kicks to get out. Fishy Fishy blinking away with the Sapphire Protocol. Nimrod's Gate Chase will be able to secure them the kill.
And you know, I was mentioning that, like, I do believe in Glorp 2 Trigger and Team Uberman's ability to maintain their lead just because they have so many flex teams. Team Uberman just now are busting out Fishy Fishy on the Theodore and Bomby on the Sua. So
the Sua, yeah.
And these are like their mains. And I think FD Good, you would probably call FD Good a Dylin player, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So just now are they actually busting out their best call? Probably, arguably.
You know what they say, save the best for last. And you know, even with them not playing their best comps, they've done so well today.
Yeah, absolutely.
73.5 points, securing second place pretty handedly here. Could even maybe squeeze into first place if Trigger has some sour games. So, yeah, really got to watch out. Yeah, and Bomby is in on Sua. Yeah, as Kaz had just mentioned earlier, Bomby is a Sua, the Sua over in Europe as far as I'm concerned. So, definitely got to watch out for that. We'll see if North America remembers the menace that is Sua.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since the GOAT Sua of NA has been playing, and you know, suddenly once he stopped playing, Sua stopped getting complained about. Isn't that just?
I don't. That's so strange, isn't it? We went like
phenomena.
3 years straight of complaining about Sua and her receiving nothing but buffs the entire time, and all of a sudden he disappears and no one's complaining about Sua. That's so strange. It's almost like that guy was just better than everybody. But I don't know. That's just food for thought.
Very peculiar coincidence.
Very strange. Yeah, very strange. I remember when people were complaining about DS Yuki. Now that's funny.
That is actually funny.
Now that's funny.
Yeah, as we do see the Striking Tiger landing onto Dylan, and this composition from Team Uberman is, I mean, pretty potent, right? You set up the Tank Dylin and the Sua to go in, and Fishy Fishy, I mean, this is his signature pick, right? It's cool to see that they were doing so well, and only now are they playing like some signatures. EU is definitely showing up today.
They have a lot of engage potential, and Bomby has it easy, right? All he has to do is QRQ, and he's chilling. Striking Tiger connects, just QRQ, that person's dead. Spark Gate hits, same story. Meanwhile, though, down in Forest, Trigger on the back foot. Dylan doing a good job kiting out, but Red Flake has gone untouched, looking for more, but Dylan finding the White Lilies. Actor here to back up Dylan, providing healing. Can he keep him alive? No, Red Flake's damage wins out. J-Tang on the backside trying to do what he can. Raven Bergier gonna blink forward. And that's another thing to mention is now we have Raven Bergier on Justina, which is definitely his most renowned pick as well. So a lot of people have been saving their power picks for the end of the series.
Oh, I'm gonna say it. Silverpot did the Cardinal sin. Pressing the W2 on Craver. If you're in a situation where you have knockups on your team, you're just not allowed to hit that button. You just press the Q2. Yeah. It will get you killed more often than not, and unfortunately they did get punished for it. But I do want to say I do love this Nia Craver combo. You can ult off, and if there's any setup for the point sync, right? You get a really easy ultimate in the game world. You can set up the showdown, and then you kind of just the Nia just kills in that duration when you're just holding them. It's a pretty nasty combo if you can get the itemization online for the two of them.
Yeah, I remember
decent neutral.
I think it was in qualifiers, but I was casting a team that was Nikki Adela Craver, and I thought, oh, that's so interesting because you can do it off the Pure Age Uppercut, you can do it off the Night Fork follow-up. There's so many knock-up opportunities. So I didn't even think about Nikki Nia or even 11 Nia. I mean, 11's got the knock-up on the on-air as well, so there's lots of ult opportunities for the Craver on the side of Moonlit Black Cats here. But a little bit of danger for MOBA. As Deus manages to get out. Sky's the limit also okay as Red Flake managed to stay alive. A couple teams almost getting wiped here really early, but everybody managing to keep themselves alive. Some teams getting their fourth core columns. That's another fight's going on the bottom side of the map. Dona gets taken down after the game world. Fortunately, Silverpaw able to make it out.
As we do see, Homie also, I didn't even realize Homie's also on the left. That's a new look for Homie.
That it's a very strange look indeed, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So, another 15 seconds until objectives spawn. Teams looking to rotate around. Archery range is empty, bone dry. No one's even remotely close. Trigger now rotating towards it, but super late. Fortunately for them, nobody's over there, so they're going to be able to secure this alpha momentarily here as they come in late towards archery range. Meanwhile, in Chapel, it looks like Team Uberman contesting here with Glorp 2.
Hard team to walk into for Glorp 2, I think, with the control of issue. Unless Homie just finds a great engage. Actually, never mind. Kind of cast occurs in the lineup with Team Movement a little bit with that on-air onto Bomby and just immediately getting that Suo down.
Yeah, so Alpha secured for Glorp 2. Meanwhile, in the Rift here, Frog Fighters are going to face off against MOBA. Cheerleading. Let's see what you got on the Fiora here. As the engagement starts from Jignut, Keeper of the Sock going to dash over the wall to avoid getting taunted. Free at last comes through from Deus, so good poke damage established on the Frog Fighters. We're going to relinquish control of this zone. Oh, Keeper of the Sock is solo. Cheerleading going in after a lot of poke had been established. And with that, they go 2 for 1. Zelly is still very healthy. He's going to be able to clean up Rosito, no problem.
Trigger gets terminated.
Wait, what? Weren't they at this alpha? Like, oh, whatever. I don't even know what happened. But in the other rift, it looks like Moonlit Black Cats will be able to win out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a awesome win. How Young going for the Spectral Dragon Amtrona. Isn't it? I swear I saw a jazz stream with this technology, by the way.
This is not technology, man. This is like caveman clubs and like sticks.
This is the hieroglyphics.
This is, oh man. Okay, well, we'll see how that works out. A little interested in it. I don't think this team needs more damage, but perhaps I'm wrong. Homie gonna jump forward, finds a taunt, but gets cleansed off immediately.
And I think Donut's going down. Oh, well, has the 1-up. If I know anything about Wokes, I know this. Nia's his Kryptonite character, so definitely. Or sorry, Gal's on Mage account rather. But
yeah, that's not Wokes.
That's not Wokes.
Wokes wins for Blast.
Wokes wins for Blast. My fault. As we do see Deus XM. Deus XM and Jignut walking away, as I believe. Did they? Yeah, they did lose Elias. So.
A lot of teams on this bottom side of the map right now. Deus gonna get caught out on the bridge here. Donut and Silverpaw looking to get the kill. But Deus with a little bit of moves here manages to get out, but it's not gonna be for long as Glorp 2 is here to third party. Game World comes through just to try and create a disengage for the team. With Black Cats able to get away from that third party.
Yeah, and definitely a good disengage to come out because the chase potential is a little not great on the lineup of Glorp 2, I think. But we do see the Semtex landing on to cheerleading. Does buy a little bit more space. Homie's just gonna on-air in and make a lot of space, taking down Keeper of Sock very low. But on the back end, Galzer Mage account goes very low to cheerleading, but doesn't actually go down. And the Calorie Cyclone, I think, is going to sustain Holmy decently, so they could look for the re-engage, but it does look like they already took down Rosito, and Keeper of the Sock is going to peace out and try to look for a Rift, potentially, with only 40 seconds left in day 3.
So with that, 30 more seconds left. Lumi is available in credit mode, so that is something teams on this bottom side of the map could look towards. See if Mujiba wants to rotate upwards towards her, or perhaps Moonlit Black Cats. Doesn't look to be the case so far. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Sky's the Limit. Gonna spot out a Stereo here.
I mean, look at the item disadvantage, though, from Sky's the Limit versus the
I think they've recognized that as well. So they're backing up, realizing, hey, we're down a lot of transition. Internet Rap has 4 as well on him, so Blast in a very good position transition-wise.
And I mean, look at that nullification movement speed as we do see the free at last coming out. But a taunt does land onto Jignet. Jorgensen is going to use that exclusive gotcha on a lot of the damage too. A little bit of fancy footwork coming out from Jignet Jorgensen as control of the purple box will go over to the lineup of Moonlit Black Cats, as we do see on the left side of our screen that was Team Uberman able to secure the Omega 4 score for themselves. Very well itemized is that lineup. Flare going over to Moonlit Black Cats. But I don't know if they necessarily want to pop it right away, right? Because you're just going to incentivize the lineup of Mujiba to engage on you. But fight in this zone we do see that it will be a rematch as Homie's jumping on in, taking a decent amount of damage. But so much space has been established, and now they have to walk through. Galzor Mage Account, great NATO landing, and Resito goes down so fast. Now Keeper of the Sock and Cheerleader really going to have to make a hero play, but Cheerleader not on much itemization. Going to go on and try their best to land as many skill shots as they can, but the damage coming out from Galzor tank account on this ISO is just too prominent. And it was a really easy engage on this. Oh wow, Mujiba got absolutely annihilated by Moonlit Black Cats, by the way, on the back end of that. But I mean, Glorp 2 knew that it was going to be Frog Fighters taking that Rift, right? Because they were the team that put them on 1 in the first place. So they had control of the Rift, and Barge elect to take that rematch and end up winning it again.
Yeah, really well done by them. 30 more seconds until another rotation of objective spawn for day 4 starting. Teams looking pretty split up right now. Perhaps we could do a quick little gear check. FD Good here is fully itemized for what that's worth, so he's looking quite nice. Oh! Mujiba falling a little bit behind the curve here as everyone else is hitting quite a few items online for themselves. So we'll see if they're able to mount a comeback here. Moonlit Black Cat's also a little bit behind the curve as well as Sky's the Limit. The rest of the teams looking a little bit stronger than our first 3 teams here between Moonlit Black Cats, Mujiba, and Sky's the Limit.
Mujiba not sitting on a bad amount of points though, all things considered. Despite their tempo being kind of annihilated, they're already on 10.5 points. This is the kind of game where you know you can't win, but you have a decent amount of kill score, so playing for placement is probably your best bet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really not that bad, because they're going to have a hard time finding fights at this point. There's only 2 other teams you could really feasibly take a fight against. Everyone else is just going to stat check you with the amount of items they've managed to accrue for themselves. So, yeah, it's going to be difficult. Speaking of which, 2 of our stronger teams here, Glorp 2 and Blast positioning. Blast definitely the strongest in the lobby right now. Ethereal goes in, finds a bad skill onto Holmy. Galzor's Mage Account on the backside does get hit by the clean sweep. Ethereal looking to finish it off. Yes, finds a kill. And then they funnel on towards the ISOL, managing to finish off both backliners. Holmy on the run. Internet Rap looking. It's not going to be able to get in range here. It's up the chase.
It's going to be hard to get that Rift too. It's in either Beach or in Hotel, which Blast already are privy to the information and know. They are going to call, I think, for Homie to walk down towards Beach, but they're going to do it on, I think, is that the vision of? I hope that's the vision of.
Mujiba will see him if he walks out of this bush here.
Oh, nice.
They should have caught a glimpse of him. They should have seen him there. But it doesn't seem like they're too interested anyways. They're looking at Wick with Moonlit Black Cats contesting it currently.
Do Blast take this Rift? Because they probably know that the lineup of Glorp 2, especially once they see this number go up, that Glorp 2 have taken that Rift. They could just go for the rematch.
Looks like they're just going to opt for Collins for now and head in towards Beach and just farm it out. As it has just reopened, so all those bears are available. We're just going to play a slow, steady XP game here for the side of Blast. Wickline being pulled back and forth here. Nothing too crazy happening just yet as both these teams contest, but look at the map. Blast is funneling in for a late third party, potentially.
And, oh, this is Not the best pathing for MOBA, but now Blast might just fancy to contest this Wicker line, especially because they got a decent amount of itemization on Moonlit Black Cats right now.
Yeah, Moonlit Black Cats end up dropping aggression. Well, they re-grab it, actually, so if Moonlit Black Cats can keep this aggression, it's pretty good, and I think Blast has read the play here. Wrapping around on them is definitely the best idea to try and put them in a pincer, as they do know Mojaba is still above them. So they make them back up a little bit further here, but this now leaves Mojaba with an opportunity to potentially get the Wick. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Glorp 2 looking for a fight against Team Uberman. On air comes through, the taunt does connect. And with that, Bommy forced to blink out, dash out, use everything defensively here. Oh, the turn potential from Fishy finding a lot of damage. Galazor tank account kiting out FD Good. FD Good does manage to find the kill. Galazor mage account fighting for his life here. 2v1, trying to finish off Bommy and deal with Fishy. But I think he realizes he might be getting flanked by FD Good here, and they need to find the revive. So with that, they do get the revive on the kiosk before day 5 activates. Galazor mage account kiting back. Bommy still a little bit injured here. Gonna dash down the hallway here, regroup with FD Good so they can get out of the zone, as it has turned into red here. Homie dashing on to Bommy, forces out the spell shield. FD Good getting low. Ooh! Galazor tank account gets taken down first here by Bommy on the backside. 2-man taunt connects. Galazor's mage account getting a lot of damage over the wall.
Bro!
Oh my goodness, Bommy cannot hit this guy, and Galazor's mage account goes ballistic in this fight.
This guy is the GOAT! But Mojaba bleeding out a lot, even despite getting the Wicca line. They're just, I mean, the itemization gap is just so prominent.
Wow. That was crazy. I mean, he just had Bommy on him and was just like weaving around him while hitting people over the wall. Like that, that's talent right there. That's what youth looks like.
I mean, maybe Galazor switched the accounts. Like maybe he's playing with his hands right now, and you know, Galazor tank accounts the one playing with the feet. Like
when tank account goes down, like he switches it up, right? He swaps back towards the hands. Are they gonna be? They're gonna make it out, surely. Yeah, they have time.
But they don't have a lot of locations to safely land, depending on where. Oh, okay. Archery's just about to swap. That's a great call.
Yeah, but Blast is on the horizon, and Blast is quite strong. Look at their items. I mean, Blood Weapon online for the Blair. They got Blood Chest on a Stereo here, who's gonna send it and go in. Looking at the backside, lands a basket on the Galazor's mage account. Galazor's mage account on the run, trying to deal with the Stereo. Homie trying to peel him off. Buy some space as Galazor's tank account goes down in 2v1. They're just not able to deal with this scrambled assault from Blast. No structure in this fight at all as Blast completely bypasses neutral. It takes out Glorp 2.
And, I mean, it's a little scary for the other two. Oh, as the Stereo is so tanky that I don't think the third party really does anything to him. But this is scary for the rest of the lobby because, again, if Blast are very likely favorites to win this lobby with how far ahead they are in itemization. And Glorp 2 took up a lot of the points too, so... And then, I mean, even with Trigger and Team Uberman eating like pretty early eliminations, they just had a
big lead.
Wealth of points to get the lead with, yeah. So it's really going to be on Sky's the Limit and Moonlit Black Cats to hopefully beat the last two teams in the lobby. Otherwise, it's a little scary for their game 6, honestly.
Yeah, this is definitely a situation where Blast wants to push as many points as possible, as they are. I mean, all three of these points need this, or teams need this win here and now to make their game 4 as easy as possible. Steve can win out on this fight here as the Stereo tries to step forward. Bright and Wise looking at the backside here, isn't able to find anything, but Internet Wrap does. Gets Expulsion shot away as Bright and Wise finds a re-engagement. They just go in one at a time and weave back in and out off of cooldowns. It's really interesting to watch Blast play these fights to try and get towards backlines. And they managed to win out on this fight handedly.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so good at making, like, chaotic fights, right? I don't even think the backline of Sky's the Limit play this that bad. If you look at what Red Flake is able to blink, he does get out, and then there was a nice expulsion shot. But then after all that, they blow all their gas, and then Right Wise comes in with the Endless Hunt to clean up. And at that point, they just don't have the defensive cooldowns.
Yeah, you can only have so much defense before you eventually run out, and yeah, Blast is always so good at keeping the pressure up. Asterio is always so good at landing those clean sweeps and just making sure you can extend engagements for as long as possible. They know the moment they're forced to walk backwards without any more tools to dash forward that the fight is lost. So every fight is do or die, and they're so good at doing and not dying, essentially.
Absolutely.
But yeah. They do have an itemization advantage above Moonlit Black Cats here. Min Hyun is not exactly the tankiest. As
Min Hyun will get blown up.
He's on an attack power chest slot, so he doesn't have that HP scaling from his chest. The other slots are purple, so they don't have scaling stats.
They have the clean sweep to break the bikini as well on Silver Paw, so that's not even that much of a defensive itemization. Like,
yeah, it does look good for Blast.
It's pretty scary. And I mean, the fight's starting out really separated too. Look at, they're already getting like a pincer position going on. And if they allow, or if they make sure Donut can't get a nice game world, there's no setup for Silver Paw to be able to play the game. As the engage immediately comes out, they're gonna, yeah, they're already on to Donut. Oh, whipping a little bit on that clean sweep, but look at the dive comes in from Internet Wrap onto Silver Paw. Silver Paw wasn't able to even get the showdown off before the fight is just completely over. And it's just a clean sweep for Blast, and they racked up so many points, securing their lead on the lobby from this game 5. Excellently played.
Yeah, this is definitely a lobby. Oh wait, I've never seen this one before. This is a new win screen. Justice has prevailed. Wow, that's a good one. Love the Persona Claude, by the way. You know, never see the Sylvia win screen because Sylvia weak, you know, as a certain man had once said in the past.
We were talking, the reminiscing never stops. We were talking about a certain Sua pilot. Now we're talking about a certain Sylvia pilot.
You know, the age-old question: where is No Flame, as they say. But yeah, really well done by Blast. They really, really, really needed that lobby to go well for them, and I mean, from top to bottom, it just went well. They had a huge tempo lead on the lobby, and they rode it right to the bank.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's really these last couple of games where you're in that contentious spot that, like, if you just lock in and you, especially if the top end of the lobby eats an 8th, it gets all the scarier actually, right?
Yeah.
Because then you don't have these point vacuums to make sure, like, you actually have to start winning games and securing a measurable point lead. And now, I mean, with Trigger eating a very fast 8th and Team Moverman not getting that many points themselves, the lobby's going to look very different. And we could see Blast moving very high up in the standings.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you nailed it on the head. You need these point vacuums as the lower point teams to keep the point gap very close for the mid-range, those 4th and 3rd placers that you're trying to shoot for. So when the top teams go out early, somebody's got to get all the points, and it ain't the people on the top. So yeah, it definitely gets very worrisome. But before we get into anything else, we can take a look at the replay here and watch back this final fight here. Yeah, I mean, matchup-wise, even itemization-wise, this just looks so favorable for Blast. And the moment Dona presses Game World, Asterio knows, hey, I'm just going to dirty work over, not deal with the stun at all, and just wail on him. Basco was a little awkward, but we don't need to talk about that. And after Dona leaves the Game World, separates off, uses 1-up, right and wise there with the endless hunt to just completely finish him off, not let this back line get out of line at all. And from there, they just take care of business.
Yeah, and I really like how they like kind of part the seas immediately. Look at this. Internet Wrap immediately kites back. Nobody's clumped on top of each other to give the point seek any value. And I think that's their only win con, right?
Yeah.
Moonlit Black Cats is getting a big point seek into a big showdown and then maybe getting like a double kill. But if they just separate, don't play that clump, the dive is so free.
Yeah, for sure. And the scores are ready to go. So we'll take a look at this. Trigger's still on top, which is no surprise with how much success they've had, but gap has closed quite considerably from the rest of the teams as they are sitting at 89 points. Team Uberman sitting at 79.5 points in second, and Glorp 2 is actually in third with 70.5 points. Blast sitting in fourth with 67.5 points, and from fourth to fifth, there is a quite considerable drop-off as Moonlit Black Cats now have 53.5 points, Mujaba at 52.5 points in sixth, Sky's the Limit in seventh with 49.5 points, and Frog Fighters bring up the rear with 34 points. But yeah, 67.5 to 53 points. 53.5 is a pretty sizable margin. That's what, 14 points? That's quite a bit. And so, for Blast, all they need to do is rack up maybe like 6 points, and they're probably safe, maybe 7. And for Moonlit Black Cats, they need to try and eliminate Blast or Glorp 2 super early and have a big pop-off game. They have a mission to complete, and that's to try and eliminate one of those two teams very early and also have a big game. So a tall task for our 5th and 6th placers here. Even Sky's the Limit could also potentially climb up in that situation, but it's still very, very difficult.
I mean, they really got to lock in because this is a pretty big gap. Again, like you mentioned, 14 points is no slouch to make up. And then you have to get the extra points on top of that, which basically, I hate to say this, but sometimes it's out of your hands at that point. And it's on the other team to mess up.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It really is just the onus starts to slip from your fingers on how much you can control, right? There's only so much you could do. You could have a big pop-off game. You could rack up 30 points this game. But if Blast racks up 20 points for themselves, it doesn't mean anything. You have to make sure you eliminate them early, but you can't really control that.
You can try to wipe them, but even then, right? Like,
for sure.
The thing is, a team
if you don't
usually has
find
to play
them, it
into
doesn't
getting wiped.
matter.
Yeah, a team also has to play into getting wiped usually, right? Like, and
you
I guarantee
be in a position to wipe them. What if Blast starts popping off again and gets a huge item lead?
Absolutely.
Now you're getting yourself wiped trying to fight them, probably, right? So it can be very scary as the team that's playing from behind. And they definitely have their work cut out for them for the side of Moonlit Black Cats and Mojaba. Yeah,
and Trigger busting out a very different look going in. They decided the Charlotte stuff wasn't it, so going over to Dylan on the Bihyung, and Actor that is paid on the Carla. Does look like Mojaba is going to stick it out with this Rio Cicella My composition. I think Sky's the Limit is switching it up, though. Were they on? They were not on the Dylin before, right?
Sky's the Limit? No, they were not on Dylin. I believe Speaks was playing ISIL, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was an ISIL, and I think there was a market. It might have been Red Flake on the ISIL.
I think it's because ISIL just got banned from them, so he's no longer able to play it.
So, definitely gonna be. I mean, oh wait, Louis, what you got for us for this last game? Mithril.
What the heck is double bits of tomorrow? Better be 6 4-score games in a row, man. Like, what the heck is this?
But I mean, if you're 5th and 7th, it's like. This is like the kind of game where you just have to like enter like flow state, like you have to like get the swirly eyes, the puzzle pieces start connecting, like there's just no other opportunity.
You see the luck piece falling right into place.
Yeah, and then the heavy guitar starts playing in the background, Suddenly there's like a lot of like blue like aura.
I can rack up 20 points if this wolf drops me meteorite. It just drops. Oh man.
Honestly, I mean the luck piece is a big factor in a battle royale like a tournament turn, right? Sometimes you can just luck into third parties, luck into some fortuitous RNG.
There's times where like I've done the wolf packs and all of a sudden it's just 3 purple beams. I'm like, wait a minute, guys, I can explain. Like I don't have a modded client. Like I'm just a caster, man. I don't actually work there. I'm on contract.
Yeah, I'd be phoning up John Nimble to give me that, that 4-score craft off factory wolves, just meteorite tree drop on the spot.
Yeah, just like out the gate. 4-score, awesome. But that can happen, right? It's a very real thing, and sometimes that's the kind of plays you have to try and go for in these desperate situations. You need to go for something that's very unconventional and risky to try and make up for the points that you've lost, but sometimes a lot of times those risks can really backfire and secure your loss at the end of the day too. But hospital, what the heck is going on here? There's a huge fight, multiple kills going out across the board as Team Uberman looking to secure one more here on Keeper of the Sock, but they do see Mojaba below them. Pay respect to that. Moonlit Black Cats are above them looking for points. They need fights, and they certainly came to the right place. The cemetery campfire is certainly where fights are guaranteed to happen pretty much every game. Fishy finding a good route. There's 2 fights happening side by side. Like what? Looks like Moonlit Black Cats is winning out on the hospital side of things, but meanwhile down here, Jignut able to finish off Fishy on the backside as Bommy tries to fight this out 2v3. Does get taken down as FD Good runs away. Cheerleading chiming in with some skill shots here, but ultimately is just going to have to walk out here. FD Good over the wall, waiting for Cheerleading, does find his kill! So he gets his one. Patience is rewarded as the piece
what is going on, by the way?
Brought out. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just non-stop. There's like 6 teams here. What is happening?
This is the kind of desperation you see in a game 6, right? Where every team just knows they need to rack up points, so they just...
We need kills, and everyone knows the spot. This spot is always packed. This campfire, everybody comes here for food. Asher Burst comes through to take out... nobody, actually. That was his own teammate that got Asher Bursted. It looks like he killed Speaks with the Asher Burst. But Holming here, all on his lonesome, he's going to get jumped by everybody and get taken out. Put Corp 2 on a nice little break. Probably a much needed one as the on-air comes through from Min Hai Yun. Keeper of the Sock goes down. And now another team starts heading in as the remnants of Keeper of the Sock. Sky's the Limit comes in here. Cheerleading on the run, Raven Bergier looking to chase him down, but Speaks on the run from the rest of the Moonlit Black Cats here. He's going to find a good on-air from Min Hai Yun. But no taunt follow-up towards Speaks. He's going to go in on Donut here, trying to take him down. The 1-up will be able to keep him alive, though, as the respawn comes from Red Flake. Now pushing towards Donut. 1-up is down. Raven Bergier able to finish off the fight, but here comes respawns from the side of Frog Fighters, who are now going to look towards Moonlit Black Cats to find some kills of their own. They managed to finish off Min Hai Yun. Skyla Silverpaw on the run here. Cheerleading, looking to continue this chase. But with that, the cemetery fight finally comes to an end. And, look at they're gonna need more graves in the cemetery, man. We got a lot of bodies here.
Yeah, I mean the gravedigger is gonna be working overtime, but that's the name of the game. You know, we also have like back in the day when school was a contested zone, you know, there was a lot of it's all a specific player, but yeah, no, there's sometimes you just see a huge congregation of bodies. We'll also see it in the barge sometimes, but FD Good getting into a little bit of a scuffle with Deus, but it's kind of hard to walk in on that. So Zelius is going to try to take down Bobby, but ends up going down. Deus going to get that trade kill with the free at last and the Wilson follow-up. Jigna Jorgensen is on Fishy, but is taking a lot of damage in return. Exclusive does come out, can land a taunt, and now the Playing With Us is going to come out and is going to take down Fishy. Were they able to secure whatever objective they were fighting for? Terminate onto Frog Fighters. Oh my goodness, and now the third party is coming in. Actually, is it? Where's Raven Bergier?
He's chilling. He's on the pond bridge farming some wolves, having a good time.
I guess that's maybe got the meteorite in pond and then I don't even know how they ended up there, but oh my goodness, is Right and Wise diving in on Deus.
Yeah, Deus is gonna go down quite easily here. Meanwhile, Corp 2, a little bit injured, running away from a lone Bommy here. Rightfully so. But they do manage to establish some distance here and get themselves to safety. This game has been so action-packed so far. Like, I'm still like in a bit of a blur from that cemetery fight, but the chase is still on here as they try to take out Actor. Taunt does connect after the expulsion shot, so with that, Actor gonna go down. Moonlit Black Cats, these guys have racked up a ton of points this lobby so far. They came in swinging. They went to the cemetery fiasco, and they've walked out with 8.5 points by day 2, looking to try and catch up to Blast. Blast might be shaking in their boots a little bit if they could see the scoreboard.
And it does look like Gallus or Major Count does get a Adina game as a treat. As we are seeing a little bit of a switch up, right? The Adina, Rio, and Lennox. I feel like Adina's been in an interesting state of competitive because I think because of the numbers tuning, she's not, for some country, oh wait, actually, as we see Internet Rap going for a big engage onto Gina Jorgensen, doesn't really get much out of it though. Gina Jorgensen still sitting on that taunt and is going to be able to land out on a stereo. Free at last comes out, but there isn't itemization or call-ins yet coming out for the lineup of Mudjaba, as Zelius is going to get absolutely dove on in. No exclusive to get him out of the situation, and it might just be a wipe on Mudjaba, honestly. But actually, Deus being able to take down Internet Rap, going to now take that tactical retreat away from that situation, because you definitely don't want to bite off more than you can chew and end up losing your tournament right here.
Yeah, certainly not. Ooh, Speaks with the angle over the wall on the Galazar tank account. But it doesn't come to fruition. He manages to stay safe, so Speaks is going to go down first here. Raven Bergier just going to run away, keep his team alive.
Well, Wait. Sometimes when I see teams like this deep in red day 2, I'm like,
It's like, how did you get here?
How did you end up in this situation?
Like, what? Like, how did this happen? Like, it does make you curious, but they're gonna get rewarded with a box here, like 30 seconds after nighttime. This is one of the byproducts of a team going out early.
Absolutely, as we do see the engage coming out from Mysterio, getting kind of fancy with it. Dirty work to cancel out on that clean sweep, and the dive on Fishy Fishy is absolutely massive. Bike flip into the Endless Hunt, and then this Blair is just ramped up throughout the fight. I don't think FD Good is any hope of getting a trade kill. Just not enough damage on that B Hyung against this lineup.
Yeah, definitely not. So they will be all well and happy to win out on this Rift, this much needed win. As they have not racked up too many points yet. Another fight now breaking out. Trigger in a bit of danger here. J-Tang has to blink out. Silverpaw on the chase as Dylan on the backside is dealing with Minhyun, but not for long. J-Tang now going down. The rest of the team turning to look at Trigger. Silverpaw looking for blood. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to Dylan here.
Yeah, I think Kraver's chase potential is pretty good, but you need to make sure that you have the combat roll available to reload the gun if you want to be able to chase. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to cycle your cooldowns fast enough to close the gap. So definitely got to be in kind of a range to get that auto off to access like maybe a double E, right? Or something like that to close that gap, or a Q2 into the E. But we are seeing the dive on in onto Raven Bergier. Raven Bergier taking a lot of damage with Zellius already down, and now Speaks is going on top of Daves, taking a lot of damage on the back end of that though. And Raven Bergier and Speaks are quite low, but I don't know if Daves and Jignut can be able to clean it up, as a nice blink from that catwalk is going to come out. Jignut getting Al attack on top of him, but the third party could come in from Trigger. This is a little scary for both of these teams. Daves is going to blink on it, taking a very aggressive fight, going to use that girl in the bubble. Going to miss on the play with us, but going to be able to take him down with Wilson. And then Raven Bergier on the back end is going to be able to take down Jignut Torgerson. Is Zellius? Yeah, Zellius did die on that day 3, so it's going to be a minus 400. Actually, they don't even have the credit to call in right now.
They're stuck.
Did Zellius self-res?
I think Zellius did, yeah.
I think Zellius was able to self-res. And how? Oh wait, maybe it was a day 2 death actually. Okay, that would be the only way he could have ended up there. So, yeah, I thought they.
Like, how is he there? What happened?
I thought he died on day 3, but I guess he died on night 2.
But looks like Trigger will spot out. Sky's the limit. Beaks looking for that angle once again, but not going to be able to find it. And here comes the third party from Glorp 2. Beaks forced to blink out. Glorp 2 now looking to get better positioning here. As we on the other side of the map, a little bit of danger for Team Uberman. As FD Good's the last one left alive here, and this is a very difficult team to try and run away from. Let's have a blast used as well as dash over the wall for FD Good to create some distance. Clean sweep connects onto the bat. Asterio D got one more in you. I don't see FD Good getting out of this. Oh, he does actually. They give up the chase. So, oh, Bright and Wise not gonna. Oh, he does see him.
Bomby was able to self-res.
Gets that down. Yeah, looks like they're just gonna prioritize the corpses.
We do see a. Is that a third party? I don't even know what's going on, but we do see Trigger fighting on against the likes of Mojaba, and Actor was able. Okay, sometimes when the Nia's game rule gets popped, it's hard to see if the. Oh wow, look at that damage on Dona though. Let's have a blast comes out. Is Dona gonna go down? Yes, does go down, and now Minhyun going down as well. It's just gonna be Silverpaw. Actor that is paid is gonna use that White Lily to try to chase on into Silverpaw. Silverpaw gonna have to tank a lot of red timer if they want to make it out, but just have the White Lily, so probably gonna end. Doesn't like to take it though, so we're gonna take another probably extra 3 or 4 seconds. They don't have the credits to res both members though, and Homie might be able to get res here.
Homie should be okay as long as his team is.
Wait,
wow.
What?
For keeps Glorp 2.
But they're down Homie.
Man in the. They're just hinting. Like, they don't want to. Homie self-res. They're buying time for the Homie self-res.
They did it. But what are we? Okay. Whatever. Like, what are they doing? What is? I'm actually kind of annoyed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's so many different ways. Like, homie could have just boomed, and then they could have gotten res and had the honest. Like, you could have just not walked in and gave homie time to.
I think the idea was homie was supposed to pop so they could all go in the rift.
Yes, yeah, no. I mean, but how did this happen?
Oh my god, that just created the craziest thing I might have ever seen. Like that was so ridiculous for all the wrong reasons.
No, I'm actually kind of mad. I'm mad watching that. That is like that one is going on.
They know better. They certainly know better. Oh, that is peak performance. Anyways, I gotta regain my composure here. That was peak comedy to me. Trigger looking like they're in pretty good itemization here. Looking like they got 4 items apiece on all of their members by day 4. So definitely looking quite strong on the board here. They're going to get a little more here as a meteorite drops off that wolf as well. So everything seems to be going their way thus far. Going to run into Moonlit Black Cats here. We will know that they got seen by a Raven. So they're paying respects, backing up, playing a little bit more of a neutral style for now. It'll be on Dylan to find an engagement, and solo engage B-Young is not great. It's very hard to find an engage as a B-Young. So perhaps waiting for Sisla pull. Yeah, there we go. Waiting for the Sisla pull is going to be the play, and they managed to find Don on the backside and take him out. Dylan going forward towards Silverpaw is going to try and knock him back a little bit. Taunt doesn't connect, but Dylan still on the chase. Has a lot of move speed. I believe he has Quick Step available in his build.
Yeah, Quick Step plus having E-pads is a lot of MS. And, I mean, the thing is, Silverpaw just doesn't have the timer also, so they had chase into red. I think they're just going to boom.
Yeah, and there's nowhere left to run but red, so Silverpaw will be in a scary situation. The point coming through from Red Flake, stunning Deus, locking him down. Does pull Red Flake to provide some fuel, but it's not going to be for long as he gets taken down. Silverpaw barely able to get into Cemetery with 1 second left.
And we are going to see the lineup of Blast getting the Wicca line, and I mean, they already had a pretty good itemization lead, and it's only going to get more prominent.
Yeah, definitely looking quite strong this lobby, which is great for them. Because they were still at risk, but with this Wick line secured and how many points they've gotten, I'd like to think they're okay, but it all depends on how well Sky's the Limit can perform. They're still pretty. Mojobo's still in the lobby too, so they're still not out of the woods yet.
Oh, Druidic work!
Oh my goodness.
Forbidden Druid technique, Bear Stun. Alan Dazelius as Deus is also going to go down. Speaks is going to have to use that Striking Tiger just to get away from the lineup of Trigger, but let's have a Blast comes out just for that damage reduction, as now Dylan is unleashed and is just walking at him, as we do see a blink coming in from J-Tang, and Raven Bergier is out of the energy, so there's no more boost dashes for a little bit. Dylan's still giving chase. We'll eventually catch up with that quick step too. Yeah, there's just too much movement speed.
Yeah, once the quick stick gets ramped up, it's very hard to try and stay away from B-Young, but yeah, really well done by Trigger so far. Blast in a bit of a weird situation here. Internet Rap's going to go in, and with the follow-up, take out Fishy Fishy, trying to look for more on Bomby, but Bomby does manage to make it out. Blast finding their way to more kills, widening that lead ever so more slightly.
And I mean, it's getting really hard, I think, for the
point of no return. Yeah, it's almost at
Glorp
that point.
2 is maybe their best bet.
Yeah,
beating Glorp 2 at this point, but that is a tough mountain to climb.
Yeah, because they went out pretty early here. Blast might even have more points than Glorp 2 at this point, so they should be okay. So yeah, the line has been set to overcome Glorp 2. I think you're right with that. J-Tang pulling off Speaks, they won't be able to peel for himself as Actor jumps out, but J-Tang is not able to get out. Corpse does though on the jump pad, but the third party looks pretty good for Mojobo here, finding their way to a kill onto Red Flake, getting themselves a couple more points. Deus blinks forward, looking for the grab onto Speaks, does connect. Catwalk connects as well, so with that, they're going to terminate Sky's the Limit. And Mojobo up to 14 points now. We'll see if they can potentially be the ones to try and catch up here. They're neck and neck with Moonlit Black Cats on the scoreboard as well, so both of these teams in a
Blast
position
looking
potentially
very scary.
catch up. Yeah, Blast looks terrifying. You look at the bottom right, you can see their itemization. 2 bloods on the Blair, blood weapon online for the Luke, fully itemized across the board. This team does not... This cinematic camera angle? This is awesome. Like, we need to keep this. This is great. Well, I've never... Normally it goes top down when they VLS. That is awesome. Apparently the camera's bugged. Okay, awesome. We need to bug the camera more often. That was great. Anyways, Mojaba posturing with Moonlit Black Cats. The winner of this fight could potentially be... They could potentially be the team that gets 4th here. Union jumps in, the knock-up with the taunt as well. They assassinate Zelius very quickly. Dona is low, gonna get taken out by the free at last. So now down to a 2-on-2. Silverpaw very low, but he does manage to establish distance away from the fight. But Minhyun is just taking so much damage while Silverpaw tries to rest up here. Minhyun is not that tanky due to being on Spectre's jacket, so he gets taken down quite promptly. Looking for an attempt here. It's Silverpaw. Jignut steps forward. Deus very well.
Nice
That
exclusive to save
is
for the
so
dot.
good.
Oh my goodness, it's so close.
1v1. Can you find the kill, Deus? He's girl a bubble for boost speed, but it's not gonna find it. Looking for the revive. Here comes Silverpaw. He doesn't have vision. Ooh, very close.
Oh wait, I don't think the Q2 connected.
And
now
Deus is so good. He pulls himself to provide himself a shield. He needs to drop a ward or something though, so he can see Silverpaw. Lands the pull. Girl in a bubble connects.
Oh my
Deus wins
goodness.
it out. Barely. It's so close.
It's so scary if you're Mojaba, but Deus clutching it up. Was the showdown available? I think the girl in a bubble saved him from getting... I mean, if that showdown connects, I think is over. So it's just insanely played by Deus in that 1v1.
Wow. Really, really incredible stuff between both of those teams. Both of them potentially were just fighting. I think they were, in fact, fighting for their tournament lives there. As with a winner of that fight might be the one to squeeze out 4th place against Glurp 2. We'll see how the scores pan out later on. But for now, Blast, Team Uberman, and Mojaba, the last teams left in this lobby. Mojaba able to get back fully on their feet after that fight. Truly and utterly a fight to the death, and they will try their luck against Blast and Cemetery. They find Blast
They're so
here.
behind in itemization.
Furio goes forward. Jignut gets separated from the team. Zelius takes a lot of damage on the backside. They're not able to fight against Blast at all, and Blast will eliminate them promptly with 0 hesitation. Jignut dodges out on the clean sweep here. We'll see if potentially Team Uberman tries to rotate towards this, if they can maybe see a corpse, an inkling of an idea that fighting is happening. Doesn't look to be the case, though. For now, they seem to just be sitting down over in dock quite comfortably. Yeah, they didn't spot the corpses crawling towards them or anything, so they have no idea to come over here. And this camera angle looks so good. Jignut is going to fly in, and unfortunately, Team Uberman is here to finish them off. So with that, they will not get any more points racked up on the board, and it will be Team Uberman versus Blast.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just a fight for the marbles at this point, you know, just look good, because, you know, both these teams are pretty secure, but you want to end it off on a good note, so definitely going to still play their best, but Blast is looking so prominent. High noon on the Sylvia, the Rod of Heart on the Luke, and I believe it was the Chinese Opera Mask in red shoes sitting on right and wide, so they are so strong.
Yeah, definitely absolute powerhouses. This comp has looked so good for them in these last 2 games here. And you got to remember, this team, it's going to be qualifying after holding a -5 and down a game to everybody. So, yeah, definitely showing, hey, we're one of the teams to be feared. Everybody watch out. What a statement from them today. And
Yeah, you can definitely talk that talk.
Yeah, for 100%, right? But they'll have to find their way through Team Uberman here if they want to have the last laugh after everything today. So far, looking like they're having a hard time finding a proper engagement. Definitely aware that Sua is a big threat to their team composition here. But with every poke that gets laid down, Internet Wrap is able to heal it off with radar guns while Asterio keeps scouting for good clean sweep angles, finds a clean sweep, but it's on FD Good, not quite who they're looking for. They want to find Fishy on the backside. Right now, waiting for the Chronosphere to move potentially might be their best option, as it is moving in towards them. This will force Team Uberman into a position where they have to approach. So with that, the Chronosphere goes in motion. Team Uberman now forced to move away from the safety of this area and in towards Team Uberman, or Blast, sorry, where they have vision set up. It's very scary now that they're in a more open spot. They look for the angle. Fishy stayed safe on the backside. Uses the White Lily as an escape as well. So with that, Fishy able to provide DPS from the backside. Stereo ulting backwards to try and find him. Lands the Queen Sweep. Basco on the wall. Locks him down. And here they come funneling onto him. And they take down all of Team Uberman. More than willing to hit any target on the team. But Asterio is always scouting for that backline and calling for it. And when he does, the boys come tumbling in to take him down.
And just like aura maxing on the victory screen is the Grim Luxin, but absolutely sick game coming out from Blast. You know, I thought they might have had a chance for Team Uberman because they were able to use that White Lily to disengage. Yeah. And the thing is, one of the big things about Blair is if you whiff that Endless Hunt, you are out of juice for at least a second or two, and that can be the fight inside, right? You lose all your VP when you commit to that Endless Hunt, and you only get it refunded if you hit it. But it ended up going wide. But the thing is, this Luke is just a raid boss. He's just walking him down. Yeah. And was able to just follow Fishy throughout the kiting and was able to take him down. He landed the bat stun against a wall. And then while he's creating all this chaos, Internet Wrap's just able to get all these huge AoE bike flips and just a lot of damage in the bike form. The radar gun is hitting everybody. I mean, this is the kind of fight that Blast wants. It's just so hectic, so chaotic, and it's what this kind of composition needs to win.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Sylvia needs somebody else to go in first, and Asterio is always willing to be the guy to go first. He loves going in first and creating plays and setting up the team to do what they need to do. Blair, same story, definitely does not want to be the first in, likes to be more of a follow-up engagement. So yeah, Asterio finds a clean sweep on, I think it's Bomby it hits, and then he tries to transition that in towards Fishy, but Fishy actually does a really good job disengaging with that White Lily. I mean, this is a hard spot for Fishy to fight in. There's no bushes. There's no way for him to use the Sapphire Protocol, so he has to get a little creative with his escape, and they know this White Lily is really the best safety net he has.
Yeah, and I like the positioning, but the decision-making from Blast to just wait out the Chronosphere moving is really favorable because you just give them more open room to play with.
Yeah, and any of the poked Fishy does while they're waiting is inconsequential due to Sylvia's radar gun, just topping up everyone's health bar every time he tries poking.
And yeah, I mean, once they're actually in the fight, the sustain is ludicrous too. Like, it's not like this is without them actually hitting the target, but you're gonna notice these HP bars don't move a lot. But yeah, the Endless Hunt goes wide, and you see the Blair's pretty low on BP, but there's just enough to still chase, and Asterio is just unkillable diving in. He's getting focused by both the Sua and the Theodore, and I don't think he loses more than 50% of his HP bar this entire fight.
Yeah, 100%. And part of it is the itemization advantage. They were up a couple bloods, so they do have that slight edge in that, but they weren't so far ahead that it was like a pure stat check, right? Like, Blast still had to find a proper term to fight on in order to win out, and they did just that.
And Theodore usually is no slouch at finding those disadvantaged fight angles that can win anyways, because Spark Nade into a CC combo, right? And you have the Bihyung to use the taunt. There's opportunities, right? You can land the winner takes all with the CC chain, but I think it might even live that with the itemization, right? They're just so tanky.
Yeah, really well done by Blast. That kind of performance in these past two games should secure them their top 4 spot. We'll have to see how everything pans out. I'm a little worried for Glorp too. Maybe Mujaba was able to rack up enough points to overcome them. I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see when we do have the scores. And we do, in fact, have the scores ready to go. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Wow.
It's a very close lobby.
Very close. Yeah, Mujaba came very close. They're just 5 points away. Had they could have won maybe one more fight in that last lobby, it would have given them enough points to tie, I believe, if they had gotten second, because they would have got 3 kills plus 2 more on placement. So yeah, only one lost fight away. It separates Mojaba from Glorp 2 here. But Trigger, Team Uberman, Blast, and Glorp 2, congratulations on punching your ticket into ERCC Grand Finals. Team Uberman, our first EU team in ERCC Finals ever. Wow, that's history in the making.
And they performed really well. I mean, they're not too far behind first place.
No, yeah, they almost won out today, really. I mean, they performed at a top level. They showcased, hey, EU is no slouch. But Mojaba, Moonlit Black Cats, Sky's the Limit, and Frog Fighters, unfortunately, this will be the end of your tournament run. Thank you for playing. It was a pleasure watching you from the qualifiers into the semifinal stage, and we hope to see you again next time.
Yeah, I mean, it was an absolute blast. No pun intended. Watching these games, always fun to see.
That triggered me.
Oh. This truly was the Glorp 2.
I mean, with these puns, the sky's the limit.
Absolutely, but
you gotta stop, man. This is awful.
Anyways, I think that's it. We'll be joining y'all for tomorrow for the Omega block. I mean, if you enjoyed the games today, you're going to enjoy them tomorrow, guaranteed. So make sure to tune in. Same time, same place.
Yep, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.